against all of us. And my last warning to you is that you all should stand firm behind us so that we can prove to the world that when the African is given a chance, he can show to the world that he's somebody. We are waiting. We shall no more go back to sleep anymore. We are going to demonstrate to the world, to the other nations, young as we are, that we are prepared to lay our own foundation. As I said in the assembly just minutes ago, I made it point that we are going to say that we create our own African personality and identity. It's the only way in which we can show the world that we are ready for our own battle. But today, may I call upon you all that at this great day, let us all remember that nothing in the world can be done unless it has the purported support of God. We have done the battle, and we again rededicate ourselves not only in the struggle to emancipate other territories in Africa. Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. And here, I will ask the band to play the Ghana national anthem. Freedom! 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 Ago! When you come, Makasa Kakra, and when you come in Wintiam Kakra, Menkasapi. Damapa Makade. Bakan Kakra, and Makan Fancy. At long last, the battle has ended. And thus, Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. And here again, I want to take the opportunity to thank the chiefs and people of this country, the youth, the farmers, the women who have so nobly fought and won this battle. Also, I want to thank the valiant ex-servicemen who have so cooperated with me in this mighty task of freeing our country from foreign rule and imperialism. And as I pointed out at our party conference at Sorbonne, I made it quite clear that from now on today, we must change our attitudes, our minds. We must realize that from now on, we are no more a colonial, but a free and independent people. But also, as I pointed out, that also entails hard work. I am depending upon the millions of the country, the chiefs and people, to help me to reshape the destiny of this country. We are prepared to build it up and make it a nation that will be respected by every other nation in the world. We know we are going to have difficult beginnings, but again, I'm relying upon your support. I'm relying upon your hard work. Seeing you in these thousands, it doesn't matter how far my eye goes. I can see that you are here in your millions. And my last warning to you is that you ought to stand firm behind us so that we can prove to the world that when the African is given a chance, he can show to the world that he's somebody. We are waking. We shall no more go back to sleep anymore. Today, from now on, there is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that, after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. We are going to demonstrate to the world, to the other nations, young as we are, that we are prepared to lay our own foundation. As I said in the assembly just minutes ago, I made it point that we are going to see that we create our own African personality and identity. It's the only way in which we can show the world that we are ready for our own battle. But today, may I call upon you all that at this great day, let us all remember that nothing in the world can be done unless it has the purported support of God. We have done the battle, and we again rededicate ourselves not only in the struggle to emancipate other territories in Africa. Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. Let us now, fellow Ghanaians, let us now ask for God's blessing. And for only 2 seconds, in your thousands and millions, I want to ask you to pause only for 1 minute and give thanks to Almighty God for having led us through obstacles, difficulties, imprisonments, hardship and suffering to have brought us to the end of our struggle today. 1 minute silence. Ghana is free forever. And here, I will ask the band to play the Ghana national anthem. Ghana is free forever. And here, I will ask the band to play the Ghana national anthem. Freedom! Freedom! Freedom!
Sabreno na Yesika Empuano na Gold Coast today's Ghana.
And all who fought for freedom.
But asema yibisane se Ghana eofa mudiana. This is a question that I've always asked as a young Pan-Africanist. I am grown today and I'm still asking whether Imam Pem Dom Akwaba Emra Accra 100.5 FM Jumedi in the Citizen Show Nana Otu Darko here Thursday afternoon. I'm back. We are here to work for Mada Ghana. Ya tunakuja bunusi ya ready. Ya besum Ghana. Ghana befana ntuma pefra. Ibi yefra don tedim DSC amamu mapomia. In case you're just joining us, this is the dial. To be said, this is the numero uno. The most fantastic, the biggest, the firebrand, the largest political show in the capital and beyond. Biani ho, idwe we are saying, nyaka nyina akadem. Nyansa nyina agwa so nyine ni bede no ye besanem. Na onim se metenase senya, na kire se Ghana mine ana so ma me. Medin Nana Otu Darko Ghana mine this year Ghana mine kasama for this purpose I was given to humanity. Intinkrofo from the voice for the voiceless. You can also call me the gatekeeper of this nation. Mene Ghana watch mine. Inti yebehe na Ghana etimi afan into my prefer. Nye kwe nyina matrasi yebepe ho pomesibre na dachi bi. Dan kwa mabi. Ye kan wonu eba ye ebe boa ma Ghana gina ya. Yenso ya boye din aka mpanyifo se be queen din fatanwa. E fatanwa kono. Otu Darko din fatanwa. E fatana konyaimo. Inti si yanya kwenye yedebeka nsemu ebeboa Ghana nchechiriye. Yedebeka nsemu ebeboa Ghana nisu ade hono. I decided to take this kind of posture and if like put away the belligerent posture usually I wear. I decided to put away that character a bit this afternoon is and semino me pesi ye kano. You know, it borders on the sensitivity of our country. Now, minim se midi san common vie fa Ghana home 69 years whether or not we are free from the perspective of Pan-Africanism as a young Pan-Africanist. Then I'll put on mine belligerent posture again. Na media cat and sembi certainly midin come off a naimus aswe kakra na midin come so for parliament any the rule the likes of honorable opinion marking, you know, the negative roles if like they are impeding the progress of parliament and maybe this sound common or maybe say about the integrity of parliament. Maybe say a year Ghana mrashibi dwemu the likes of Alban Sumana Bagben when he was member of parliament in the early days of Chairman Sabonsu when you know he believed in this parliamentary proceedings. Young Haruna Idrusu in the days of President John Dramani Mahama, SK Boafo of MPP. Na mabisa me ho in those days of Asiedu Nketia, same penny phone with Jinaye in parliament. Is that the kind of parliament we have today? You know, or we have reduced the parliament to a penny market. Now, remember honum na ye this common. But I mean, come we're streaming live on Facebook, Accra 100.5 FM. In case any day they can will join a boa kwemu man days, join a bia kosi fiada, if you know you know kosi se. No siya beboa akanka siya no babefa akonya na ensemi ambeka ehu hia meka siya party and I think that it was a meka but party before me wura hono ye first la PCA etifo ne ahwefo you know ye nto aka mo bia okuruma you know but ye trotro drivers for adamfo your dokeke what do you say your dokeke they can decide so muntie hwensi enti se omde afidie ne kasa fruma ato 100.5 megahertz it can see Trump crusade every. So all the trotro drivers Charlie my guys brutal a film brutal mona mama passengers ni bitie menim se me kan passengers na tika no bebrani age mama musama ho mo fantastic guys. Then of course your taxi ranks na party enchia bookmen menim se book women Buku men so hon my yenchao. And any benya buge or senche. Na yenchia the taxi drivers and passengers. And but when say yes, especially 37. 37 is umuti empa. 37 umuti. Amasama insuti. Ashama etie. And that don't know because I'm I have one time share market because market for no yeti papa na almost a she demonstration change be on the bano abutre Mr. Me papa John Mahama on no abutre memsha akra papa see do agungu on pen ho asem ti abutre mamu fa demonstration ma ti ne market to market say Kitia market say Tamale market say Kotokraba market say Who market, say Domi market, Agboglushi market, Alogbushi market, say Dambai market, all the markets, and this big market at Makola, Kanta, when you enter there, me pacho mamu market dia fachame. You know, all the markets in Ghana, you must say. Na minchia my usual filling station comrades. Esan se mo bi mo mame. That me catch them, say me catch the party ni kwa Junkroma say they should get me a tour list of the filling stations in Ghana. Na minchiam, omo na aya omo fe mai. Mr. O Facebook kindly share for me. Maybe di Ghana hon komo. Memweti nyum bi mu nsem wansa. But let me also acknowledge anuanom a wanna share on Facebook. Komala Genya has joined us. Eva Teria is here. Moria Bella, thanks for joining the feed. Fenu Bright, Ansa Ewaha. Then Jonas Andy Asamoah Ado and Beat. Thanks. Ibrahim Musa, I see you. Edward Ashon, Aguda Prince, Ajua Mensa, my brother Piaga, Obed Dennis Kacheku. Me bacho roko on one year nonti. Upese edino ekwa nabusu afo hunu se wuti ya. No hunu se we guy, we a popular, we a celebrity ukruma. I'm join us on Facebook. Mami hunu baby a wuti me free. Fedini to one Otu Darko. I'll just do the shout out. My clearance here kuyenim. So thanks for joining. We say I wonder if sometimes that MPP MPs have on the NDC MPs and the speaker, which makes the MPP get away with so many things. Yeah. So bro, and then no measure that parliament. Because me and me bra penny honorable Dafia Makomi who said na udin komobi na em so responding to honorable opinion mark and say do rack and for reata pictures abaho no na busiafo na na sensitivity na council of elders afro council of leaders cry for if I'm hoping council of manchemen fra quarantine today council of abosum na fra penyo markings ntie nye den council of abenfo en kabechire too many adame no hu mesum eni ewie matumfo ana samone atofo or saying honorable penyo marking ntie so honestly, I know. So the likes of Honorable Dafia Mapo, more very responsible guys. But Honorable Dafia Mapo, I told them I was not expecting you to apologize. Second, for that, so need Bonia. What's he heading? Why is he running away from his own country? And also afena yeah baby free for man to buy parliament. In the first place, God has a reason why he gave you a 2/3 majority. I think so the maybe I make a Ghana then later. I couldn't sing party. Me imagine say me baby Ghana there but baby I try for me to because I didn't want to put a belligerent posture this afternoon. Nam pesi me nyamre. Let me do me Ghana home come. But Matia see me the mama to aso. Messi am back to my country. There is no country, even if you don't talk about some of these things. Honorable Apanyo Markin is becoming unbecoming. He has done one too many. Maso sono swache ukroma too much. Minim se senior parliament here no sana University of Ghana student parliament here and emphasis is on students. Because those times na me student parliamentarian in Legon, na me a majority leader. I handed over make one Medija Ataisa. Is your MP. And he will tell you how we debated, even as student. Yakanya sasa munkwa. What do you say? That time na interestingly, me a majority leader no. Nani ano a minority leader no dindi Nana Kufuado. The same name na no kura. I'm not surprised some opposition now. Now, the point I am making is a yem pesa sebi ye betre mo ne amonya because ye nim ho anke ya ho yesere. Ana yenye members of parliament, but as stakeholders of Ghana's development and as stakeholders of the National Democratic Congress and as stakeholders of the grassroots community of this country. See, I'm the president of the NDC grassroots. Party? President of the NDC grassroots. NOD, Nana Otu Darko. Because Mekoswa Kauma Samamom, because it's a befa. And as president of the grassroots of NDC, and you may be one of your bujuswa, your babu mabaso. And you may be one of your bunyuswa, your mabaso. Except to say, I don't have full details of the matter. But near Mitie work, Accra FM News, I listened to it. Yeah, I think Accra FM News. No, I'm about taper. Honorable Apenyo Mark in person, that day of State of Nation address or so, the placards, majority for the placards, by Kenuferiata picture, was so, yes, a big brother come home, near dear, and Nuntino, and you're fine, and I declare no den, and the bush young for no amount tete, and I Kenuferiata woma, and Ghana Dionima. Oh, he ain't be banned via Ghana say, come out by now watching that too. Obi ko twa body, yamani 3 years them. Obi ko nguram, eko kumadwa, yesi oni game permit. It's your sentence into 3 years. Krofo buyan fasu pay millions of dollars. Do you know what corruption does to a nation? Corruption steals the future of the yet unborn generation. Corruption steals the hospitals that would have been built in a country. Corruption steals the quality education system that could have been instituted in a nation. Do you know what corruption does to the welfare and fabric of a nation? And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you go to countries like China, it is a law. Say, they kill you. Now, we treat corruption with greasy palms. You treat corruption to say, well, you're down for. Then if you think these MPP guys are your friend, don't stop thinking that too. Yes, what me a Ghana for, but they don't wish you well. Now, Iran, Israel, Tokyo, and Crophobic crackers are here. A better means as a body by a fan with Sikasabono. MPP Nyan can talk on young could be 2 years. Way more, Ube Jamama, way more. Are you not surprised? Say for the first time in the political history of our nation, relative to the Fourth Republic, for instance, MPP co-opposition with a 1.7 million voting deficit. Or ballot deficit, 1.7 million. And interestingly, they contested a president that was a former. He was not a certain president. No, I can say he had the capacity of wealth. Was a former president of Watanabe for 8 years. Watanabe for 8 years by was here winning 1.7 million votes. When you know share and tenacity and your party in making sure somebody may have chance in say in 2082 and I be. Okay? In Parliament, we respect Parliament because this is one of the times we've had one of the most intelligent, one of the most experienced, one of the most versatile. He's a political colossus, a legal luminary, like Honorable, his right honorable, I beg your pardon, Aban Sumana Bagwin. One of the first times or the few times. When he went to crack the ship, when he went to share jokes, when he went to call you my son or daughter, and when he went to declare you a fugitive, when he went to minority, when he went to call you a micro-minority, because Abambagben has seen it all. So, right honorable, this is not the time for certain things to be entertained. Sebi, ebegu long-standing image of our building. The same Honorable Apenyo Makin over Kaya. Shanyama Moye time Omoji Chief Justice Bafuboni Atum. Now some court today with Yamwa. He called the justice system of our country kangaroo. Any ordinary citizen of Ghana and Kenya and can see be the contempt of court. Honorable Apenyo Makin there, he's above contempt of court in this country. And yet, say and enyahe yama mukwan enyahe no more samo. Now they are destroying what you are building. Now they are destroying what you are building. Fair court to kangaroo court. The same Apenyo Makin and opan wuchao and you na party obeka say security national applications here kwasui. Security recruitment, right? Utian common no person traces a bribe because you say corruption because you say scandal be ho say dan and honorable Apenyo Makin be pan wuchao just an your kind na huru de huru adasem enye no kore or a minority leader in parliament. Yeah, debate ben pa ano betim dia boa Ghana nkankro. MPP for the young. Yes, some people are saying that Honorable Apenyo Makin is becoming a nuisance in parliament. Sometimes it's not just about noise, it's about the quality of debate. It's about the quality of debate. Honorable Chairman Sabonsu debate here. What the hell? You compare Chairman Sabonsu to Apenyo Makin. I'd say you all compare day and night. I'd say you compare the sea to the sky. I'd say you compare Satan to Onyankopo. You compare in terms of quality of debate. Che Mensa Bunsu versus Haruna Idrusu. And today, NDC has one of the most fantastic leaders. How Honorable Mahama Ayariga communicated, I'm telling you, or the adjoining answer. You see, Honorable Mahama Ayariga, it's not just about noise making. In English, we say cacophony. It's not just about cacophony, being cacophonic. No, it's not just about that. It's not just about cacophony. Nyamekata say, okay, somewhere since war, and you day yo. But you see, when he sees a state of pandemonium in parliament, and no man brought for Badodo. Apenyo Makin man brought for Babu Jami and some of the go on. Bra, my medium. Maybe an abro for minimum one a macan. Say that you take 20 minutes doctor free me because Professor Abdullah Bado who brafuna mekana or say I found doctor. Anyways, I mean, make a between me, Bruni. But near me, can say, well, we're yarn a samba pa hotel, ya de batano. Ah, ya didn't call privileges committee at a point. But there was something I don't know about Apenyo Makin called privileges committee. I don't know if it disrespected speak or something. Me refi, something I couldn't say. He was referred to the privileges committee at a point. On what? It was on Vetiana. I forgot me watch on Facebook for Muslim Kame. Across our parliament, na Ghana parliament, now we are reducing the integrity of parliament. That is a house of serious business. And look, why I even came, say, make Kankran say, Honorable Apenyo Makin say, NDC for majority for the so Foriata placards, pictures, ababetre, eti onu wanti bi da. Na me ayame sire yame hwe kra say Council of Elders of MPP afre no efa ho ben. Opa Council of Witchcraft mfra, we don't care. Opa sum na wiem atumfo adamo ne honhom no prosam nya chairman. Oma fro so what? We don't care. And until I was surprised a bit, Honorable Dafiamapo now say Nekasa you will be apologetic. Why should you be apologetic, Honorable? Is it not true, Papa Nadi Yesika? She only Yesika, what is he doing there? Say only Yesika, he should come and prove, he should come and exonerate himself. Oh, your chini see me chini. Me your chini, me frachim sino. Nana Kufado Papa, when me Nana me Papa, they were very close duo. At a point, na kufa dem ebi ono kronim. Ne papa nsa aseta mo no abroche no. Me nana, he knew all the lands. Ah? Kenoforiata pata Kenoforiata ne papa. My father knows him. One of the responsible guys in Achim Kenoforiata papa. John Suforiata, that is his name. Why honorable Penyo Maki? Who your chin is him? Yeah, Jessica has a tribalism. Yeah, Jessica has a tribalism. It only back on your chin. That is what be frame. Hey, it will chrome chin in a is a mufan so. Me chrome chin in a cromfa. Musima menka. Now, okay. Tesia Musi, young convict in Antonia Cromfoyate, would the warm rakeke. Ti Crom Hanumka, Ugu SIC, State Insurance, Ugu SIC, because insurance the bar now require enterprise insurance. Moka said, ya down Crom. We didn't see this. International bonds loans are not board ding no akwaje because data bank net transactional advisors Emma Ghana on the bond market. It is clear akwaje bia na kan for at the can ten share and sana Ghana nyabi musi way musi dai Kenoforiata unim nipa wo kum wo Ghana. Do you know the number of people Kenoforiata has killed with domestic debt exchange program? Unim nipa doma ewu Ekwa Samando. Go to the cemeteries and find out people who domestic death exchange program killed. Before you come and cry for Kenoforiata, say the sensibility of the family. What about the sensibility of Ghana? What about this? What about the sensibility of Ghana? Because Nana Otu Darko Ghana ni kasamafo. We can build NDC to the best of glory. If Ghana dies, there is no NDC. We can build MPP to the greatest height. If Ghana dies, there is no MPP. No political party will ever survive if Ghana is a good foundation for our country. No political party will survive. So we must see to building our country first, upon which other political parties will have strength. And to me, I know when to draw line between governance and partisanship. I know when. Kind of right, I say, you best show a picture. It's you good anymore. Say. Now, some ben one country chief justice. See, time one. The man go anymore. Say. The man go anymore. Say. Now, for the first time in the history of Ghana. Nkokurane mrewa tempintingwa yo yachre enye se omo pebesi o omo sika omo de ato no se me de kosie na me de hie dem manya bia koto aduro manya bia kotua me nana school fees manya bi apemantwe ba bi de meti ato emre na so ne yakoje a wo se me fe man wo sika no me tua ma waji se 15 years ma me so obaji ni sika na de 75 years na kenufuri ataku no. Now we swaba or no babaji scano. My partner the 80 years. Or beji the na year or see metria born na a just 10 years. Now Ken, how sure are you so the park 90 years? Eti kenoforiata kumnipa or kumnipa. Or a murderer. He has killed a lot of people with domestic death exchange program. And you are defending murderers? What are you talking about? Now Apenomaki is sorry and name this for stop him. Stop him. Don't let him travel with the message he's making. Stop him right there. Maza, send this for Murefia. We have a written here, Mamu, 2/3 majority. Mamu 2/3 majority said go and play dilly-dally with the minority. We gave you a 2/3 majority because we want you to put them in their square face. Because sebi some who here Ghana for and kaya tuabane mo. Dabi party omu krokrom dodo. Me MPs no mu krokrom minority fund dodo. Me look, they are Ghanaians. I'll never be against them. But these guys are against Ghana. Omu krokrom too much. It's not about Panama in Soria. What the hell? Those guys are about minority leaders. To say Haruna Idrusu. No, you the monitor Haruna Idrusu. Just monitor the guy. fantastic guy. Haruna Idrusu, Onyelepo, fantastic guy. Now Haruna Idrusu, sorry no kasa, dressing Peswa, Haruna Idrusu. What are you talking about? Who born dog? Haruna Idrusu. Pia Bambagben. Taba Bambagben lead the caucus. One person bet me a Kamano in MPP, Mensa Bonsu. Or Che Mensa Bonsu. Or no, so a fantastic guy. And the Oton could run away in America. Profo Beka, Nyasa Samu Beka. Nyadie. Let me leave it there. I came for Ghana today. Accra FM. I came for Ghana today. Now, I 9 moves for one. Party. Me kind. Me think Krofoba ko she kukuem because omunya ya anka kenobua no yejine frio me kind. Because kenobua 9 moves spend it me co grounds. Etching Krofo sika edemo mo bribe no masande ababa chine Ghana for Operation Galam stop. Omu koko omunyeska omu deba. Operation Cowlex omu kono munye niema no deba. Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining. Anna Charles Bisu yes secretary. MPP time. Wamu koko ti bibia no deba. But Kenobwas Naimos. Fantastic guys. Mama sorry mom. Omu kono mu koko ti akronfonwa. No me the gold no. Any send your man no they bring it back to the chest of our country. And that is a mark of integrity. Me transit can say yawa kronfo kroma syndicates thieves I know said they will gather against them and I'll be coming there and I know party me your document but me person me the document betuja those were the times guys called us omunya yanka yen trani yen adwuma na party yen yi honorable Amakofi Bua efro the omunya yanka yi honorable Amakofi Bua the sector minister, then come the Galamsey campaign, Ababe Minister of State. Who guys John Mahama? The man in my day, John Mahama, he's a smart guy. John Mahama, he comes to the table with so much political experience. John Mahama knows what he's doing, though. John Mahama is the most experienced president in the world. Donald Trump does not come close. No president in the world can compare himself to the president of Ghana. Now Donald Trump himself is aware. Can Donald Trump match John Mahama in terms of experience? Then Donald Trump is not truthful. But if Donald Trump, like I know him, he speaks truth, he speaks his mind, he will confirm, say, his senior boss is John Mahama. Assembly member, member of parliament, deputy minister, minister of state, vice president, the president 4 months or 5 months after the demise of late Professor Mayos. But yeah, president of Ghana, Koye former president, Assembly president of Ghana. 2027, so he's going to be automatic AU chairperson. What are you talking about? So for Beckers, what are you saying? So President Mahama Nisa is what we are saying. And when no man can become Papa Sam because why Macron why what the one ever come who the Kufadwana why Abusian why no fantastic guy John Mahama a best size Bali Bambo this year a best size Onyelepo. He's a great guy. So John Mahama no why he appointed people like Honorable Amakofi Bua to handle the affairs of the lands. Because when himself papa is corrupt or incorruptible. Now say Ghana says you know who reforms Honorable Amakofi Bua deba to make sure say Ghana dey preoccupy. Na you making sure so bibia obefa kwambone so for Ghana enema anye won hu niam opese dey o. Honorable Amakofi Bua buy na 9 forest reserves and a no-go area. He has reclaimed all those forest reserves and near marking red. He has reclaimed all of them. The establishment of the NIMOS, the establishment of the Blue Water Guard Initiative, the establishment of the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program, the RSCOM there. A fantastic Mausi Ama Edano. Yes, or a party sister, be my girlfriend, me feeling rough. They say, "Guy, see you." A grown kwa busia. Mo bi amfa na lawyers ma a grown kwa. Bauzi. Say we nim lie no. Party so chiao. Party so chiao. So about office no still chira no asrache ni bi. Say no kan what ya say. Eti me no can say party are you aware say national security. Party. Opa story no. Me pa meja nene. No ma share that. National security. Musa omo investigate Namus because you say one concession in the Bunsu area. Namus for Aquaco via like you're born with stealing, with unauthorized entry, and then. Meanwhile, sensors and you're finding out a Cocobot in Sasia. Cocobot even wrote to Namus to come and protect them. But baby, I couldn't know. But Nana Otu Darko think on your brusu. Oh, John Dramani Mahama Mambo. The wicked will never rule. I'm telling you. See, I think on your brusu. The untruth will never override the principles of truthfulness. See, I think on your brusu. There's no way. Say, soon, bet me behind so. So people like Kenabua, people like Honorable Amakofi Bois, we will make sure we will protect them. We will make sure we protect them. We will make sure we protect them. Not for any interest. But send your bear. Pate, when you say there are some river bodies under the office of Honorable Amakofi Bois. Say, they are coming back. And Kwado, Yami Haduma on the 18th of March. Patriotic Journalists Against Galamsey. Yeah, official lunch. Ewo Kama Conference Center. Honorable Minister Amakofi Bois, a special guest of honor. We had a reason why. Because you realize it's a journalist for no. You see a dog Ghana. See, I'm more President Mahama. Any empenyufo ya ayaku Galamsey yechi domwa. Your hon one the Galamsey minister. Ababesi yeso. Your hon one ye do bia. One your bar ubechi chatong abe minister. So we must protect those who are committed, like Honorable Amakofi Bois and the likes of Ken Odomboa. And I mean can be brave. But I'll come out with document from next week. You're betting come out me document where now me they are to social media. No one who send you to the can only mioka. Because meaning the consequence of defamation of character and character assassination. Meaning say disinformation is illegal. Meaning it in some be can be a kasi nyahoda so na yadeka sensema. And I have me what even the letter cry national security wrote to Naimos the reply letters a cocoa board sending to Naimos with the of next week. I did not come for this at all. But you see, sometimes my innate character, me who say, encophobia imagine say President Mahama best succeeded there. You know, so to some people, one more mom didn't say Biana President Mahama, I say I'm president. It's any bit my bia, young for Quambi so. Oh, na young punchy some of the areas and a mum won't war, send them go send it back. Ebeka President Mahama, Ebusiati, say Ghana for decided President Mahama will be our president for the next 20 years. Ghana Fonso decided President Mahama, Wako a year home, no before from Ra, President Mahama, Otimina Home. Article 1 Clause 1 of the 1990 Constitution. What should I say to me, dear Dubu Mino, or man for no? Sovereignty comes from us, not the president. 80 party my member non to. But my member Bush and François Kwaba, and down me can say President Mahama nye careful. And me bon penifo bidin say those who are handling his security, they should handle it well. Because he has started an agenda and Nkrumah could not finish. And I'm speaking from the perspective of Pan-Africanism. Go and read around Silvanus Olympio of Togo. You will know what happened to him. Julius Nyerere of Tanzania. Inabia Zikwe of Nigeria. Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso. Go and read around them. Samora Machel of Mozambique. Go and read around them. Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia. Go and read around them. Osadefo Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. Rastafari Makonnen, a different Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. Go and read about them. These are people. Most of them, what happened? Patrice Mle Lumumba of Congo. If you try, they cut him into pieces. French for roads are to tuning in a cell. Railway to tuning in a cell because Patrice Lumumba was not ready to be cowed into submission. Ladies and gentlemen, these were the forefathers of political history of Africa. I pay for many years on, there's a certain John Dramani Mahama. And me, I understand it because of Pan-Africanism. That John Dramani Mahama want to do what Nkrumah did not do or couldn't do. And that is to re-establish Africa. To re-establish Africa. He may not have said it explicitly. But the reparation agenda President Mahama has here, and he said, if you are seen declare slavery is the greatest sin against humanity. Look, me say, we no mamu fan me president ni mame quadruple his security. Now Nkrumah was overthrown not because CIA was powerful, but because Ghanaians sold him into slavery. Say, yeah, to Nkrumah not because CIA to minti Ghana for one a ton Kwame Nkrumah. Ghana for one a ton Kwame Nkrumah. If you benya President Mahama, twan ho shia no na be ton wo. Omunso na be catch President Mahama bibia e fine no. President Mahama me de men kan kire o say bibia e fine. Me hu say bibia e fine, me catch no wada ho so. It's better say me kan no kure na e be time me. And so be boy and dachi. Since me twan tro na me ni petri my yom de. And so dachi be hang. I refuse to be a stooge, I refuse to be a puppet. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, let's enter into the mood of Ghana. Until we Nana Otu Darko. Stay on. Susubribi Penny Fabua Ghana Madana Bayo only you from in the world Fabua Ghana only you from in the world. Many Yabekasa briefly. On set me bano na siyan na mekasa siyan na mpesi mekasa na until me kai sense man enti allow me to put on this demeanor na party na maybe say 69 years on is Ghana free? 69 years on. Omaya, you what diamond? And maybe I'll do this just for like 10 minutes and I'm done. Omaya, you what bauxite? Omaya, you what coal? Omaya, you what oil? You what rubber? You what timber? You what cocoa? You what gold? You want chini? You want po? You want sumunam? You want bauxite? Omaya. So would be a boom pa if you into the aya say amazing for a quadruma na say almost make some cement. No one anwea. Na wodi nsu gum na wodi sidaya. Wona ma ya to ani. We hunu say your dan will be hono even though say cement any anwea any nsu na di efra no. E dan ne soro na enwura ahyase esen fifibio. So the soil is good to the extent that even at the mixture of these three, enwura etimisan efufu. And yet, your current tools free Burkina. And yet, your crazy ne free Niger. Why? Menim say, or mind bien one unqua bit maternity, even Great America, or than some other countries are originally from. Enti as a country, menim say, and may be honomoa. We are denya yenso, ebeje free. But then ye bianchi bit me. Go to the northern region. Where in Sasiyan Tamwe Damho. Tin Sasia, a good northern region. Go to the Oti region. Dambining the environs. In Sasiyan Tamwe, a somewhere, me man for say comedy on me bisa say 69 years after independence. Me crack say. And you know, Mashada na make us about saying because at this point, it's not about NDC any longer. At this point, it's not about MPP. It's not even about CPP. It's not about any political party. At this point, it's about the fate and welfare of my nation, Ghana. At this point, I do not see the difference between MPP and NDC. At this point, minimo chini, minima santini. At this point, minim kroboni na minimum kreni. At this point, minim na hirima and a minim jabonwura na yanama. At this point, minim otumfo and a minim gamanche. At this point, minim osaje for mwetu for penny and a minim a year or hiniko siata or sabari motosumino. At this point, minim doma hene. At this point, minim togbisri and a minim togba pede. And nanama himfakese when anama trankunyanyina. At this point, I see us as one people. Isan say, what unites us as a nation stand taller than what divides us. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Ghana has come far, but has very little to show. And say ibetimi akanokre achira yeho a ibetimi aboa empa. Enya President Mahama ni nyane na nsenya. Are you aware? Send na Kwame Nkrumah breso no. Yenya radio. Aye fe na kasa no ma radio ana. Are you aware? Ena atwamokra ye ya na hye. Wonim say emri bi dru ya. Efisia duosia chiri ana Kwame Nkrumah Ghana man peni no. Na ye we shipping lines ayato need in the Black Star line. Ena yinibi. It's as if when the cars of the world traveled at the same time, that of Ghana's traveled in reverse. Because if 60 years ago, shipping line, 69 years later, would it be? Then Are we making progress? Or we are walking into retrogression? Are you aware, say party? Na Ghana. You will be saying you didn't go where you need Ghana Airways. And a restaurant will come to meet. A waiver. Serious. And the Ghana, you need Ghana Airways. I'll come to why I mentioned President Mahama. Because I see that spirit of a finisher in him. Because a TB Joshua, a bompire be my Professor Thomas and Sana or catch in the congregation, he say, let's pray for the spirit of a finisher. Be a finisher. Be the spirit of a finisher was not for Atamils to finish his race, but for a certain John Mahama to be that finisher. Maybe the spirit of a finisher that the likes of TB Joshua prayed about was reflected on John Dramani Mahama. Because, ladies and gentlemen, his promise in his last State of Nation address, last not as in said any last, but that is the last away for now. Said he is going to restore Ghana Airways and all these things I'm talking about. Abusia, Ahana Malaysia befa be free. With palm, go to the land of Malaysia and come to your land, Ghana. Adindia. Abdul Tunku Rahman will save the land of Malaysia. Ghana intimanye. I know say our vision was curtailed because Nkrumah was overthrown. 7 years development plan of Kwame Nkrumah so by a. But that print or blueprint of Osaje for Kwame Nkrumah no, and no Malaysia for 5 years the develop yom. Bra, go to Singapore. Nebisa who say, how better is Lee Kuan Yew? But Lee Kuan Yew, for saying you're waiting the Republic of Singapore. But are you aware, say, what Tintesu to Kronos or Ebecho? Untimin Tintesu too. And I'm sure, say, Africa is modeled by Rwanda. Thanks to Paul Kagame, the president. But in my hometown, even the capital city smells more than village in my hometown. Accra bon Esinya Kurase in my hometown. 69 years after independence. Nti inunu ye ho ane yesere. Ye ka so man bia ye no ntre say e bia first na story building ni ho se sia ye si story building nti e kire say there is development. Na ke tua taxes mu gbedi ni kwa. But I no kwanye that. Look at even our educational system. There is no link between what we study in school largely and the job market. Chakwadena we school credit certificate pa o man adwuma na o hunu so agi so sanchere no. Because in your kusuya no, you need that direct requisite knowledge. If I was president for 3 hours, among the plethora of things I would have done in that 3 hours, and can make school of electronics. In that school, you bro for sem, a yadwin sem. How's any bra? Enkre bra. Pepe ni bra. Wachi ni bra. Enkre ni gadangbi, krobo. Ada, momra. Ne hono mono. Enya brofo ne yedema first class. Enya brofo ne yedema second class upper. Valedictorian no enya brofo no bachelor ansa na yakase ono e best student. Ana enya brofo ne yedema distinction for masters. In that school, ni obetimi aye TV na so amana kasa tse kantanka no or first class. In that school, ni obeye radio amaye chim na ba koto 100.5% FM no or no ne no sa first class na second class upper. Let's get our education to be practically oriented. Enough of brofo in a country so being te brofo na yesre no. Are we jokers? Brofo ye kurom kasa. On manya we equate intelligence to English. It's a penal marking sorry no cabro for parliament. Yes, papa do nyansa brofo obi kurom kasa. Go and say that to China. They don't care jack about English. And yet without English, look at how far China has developed. Ladies and gentlemen, you turn near free China. In fact, every major country developing in Africa, and your brofo no develop yet. Or the Nikurum Kasa. China is an example. Go to Spain, they speak Spanish. Go to Italy, they speak the Italian language. Go to Singapore, they speak the Singaporean language. Go to Malaysia, they speak Malay. Go to France, they speak French. Go to Korea, they speak the Korean language. Ladies and gentlemen, I came to announce to you that serious country developed because they identify themselves with history. The day you lose touch with your language is the beginning of your failure. And see, say it me bua me yasesan kutokaya na Accra International Airport no. Menyanso a anke decide say yemfa Hausa twi any other language. Ebia you better Ghana mu into 3 zones. Ni afa kasa no baako ebia 3. Yes, when the official languages of Ghana. Yes, as in free parliament. And that is how we will identify ourselves as a people. We live in a country say you know just say mentally ye wama obana show we go send when you fe. It is sad. It is sad. Abaywane pedjumaji si ene dancer. It will move you from one place to another. And yes, when you're qualified, but you see a person ene da. That is where we have gotten to as a country. But this is not what Nkrumah meant. This is not what the likes of Pa George, Pa George didn't have Pa Grant. Radema Pa George in Kwatinti. Pa Grant. MPP projected Dankwa. Is this what Dankwa wanted? Certainly something better than that. Abusavo. Mama me kasa bebre. But me person me can say, are we proud as Ghanaians 69 years after independence? Bra Facebook, mami hunu, are you proud? Are you proud? And yes, I can come to Ghana. Oman Penin Kufuor in some time, every city. I've forgotten the country. Is it Russia or China? And midim ekobobi koso, and I'm say, Papa no be bisa Oman Penin Kufuor baby na. It has to do with Sikasemu ana bibi. What the Russian leader or the Chinese leader told Oman Penin Kufuor say anka oye Ghana niya ananko wa Ghana. Anko be movie Ghana for nyina about one region. Which I agree with him because you're not so 30 million. Ye nyina ye betimi afele north. North kura de somodo. Na anka nsase na ka nyina ode be yefu. And from that part of Africa, the world position will be determined. Abuzian, say ya nyusu ya dwene se Ghana for. Say ya ma ya dwene ya nya dwuma se Ghana for. It will be 100 years later. Maybe Otu Darko will not be the presenter then, but presenters after me will still be singing the same songs I'm singing today. Yakase will be freedom and your political freedom pill. In Nkrumah no person come ye economic freedom. Leaders upon leaders. E de ne yetimi aye aboa Ghana. It is ye hunu say ye nkrofo to free Ghana kwa brochira. It as leaders ye mfere. It ye mo nhese yen. So we no batifie no so to free ntia kwotana baby because a commode no we ye mo nhese. And this is what we must discuss in parliament. We mo na ese ka parliament. How Ghana will be self-sufficient. How Ghana will wear the cap of great economy. We mo na ese ka parliament. Now there's an exodus of our generation into the unknown. Wamusabuko pay greener pastures. Unfortunately, they may get to the pastures, but it may not be green. So it is serious. And if I near cause of mine, the brofu jaju ni penyansa. Where your mind? Opaka tree kosi den. Yabaka sunim nyansa. Kambrofu hey. In this country, oya den obika English news or beji sikas in your country news. What kind of comedy is this? Because in our minds, your Cambrophone no Kenyans asem, your country no a local. Meanwhile, your country news no ya tro brofum no translate. Fakoto your Cambrophone nim tro trim no translating Cambrophone. Instead say you be measure intelligence with level of IQ, you know, you measure intelligence with how fluent you are in an unknown language. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, since you per se, you're 2 points on Maya, 69 years old, let's move away from this theatrics. And let's come to the table of practicality. Yes, you say any years or mine. Ghana, NDC MPP, NDC MPP, NDC MPP Nafiaso, NDC MPP, NDC MPP, NDC MPP Nafiaso, NDC. And on the 30 something years from 1992. But what I know is that after elections, Democrats who sell me a political party, but come from Kakra when the Republicans win. Republicans who sell me a political party in America, but come from Kakra when the Democrats win. Because after the political temperature is exhausted, so they come together. Apayomaki will oppose everything in parliament. In his mind, or your opposition leader. One who say drink it and kitty weyana. I'm a Ghana, you go so tally, baby to say drill. Just for your opposition leader team, I must oppose. The woman name when it just say, come on, guys. Come on. Jamila to Mohammed, my class prophet. Today is your birthday. Wow. Happy birthday to you. You know I love you, eh? Happy birthday to you. Eti men kasa bebre because ye baby din ko when me maybe a phone lines kakra. Send na musu hunu Ghana no ma hunu na be jafan so atenase na ye di Ghana nkomo ene nkomo aka. Obanya ye koto abana wo wiase nyansa nyina nso uniska udi agora beluzu. Ebe kakra enyansa fo nyina betena fie agimi fo nkwa na be ko parliament. Charlie, mommy, you're doing your juma. No. Look, like on Maya, we don't. Ye busika. Any country busika si agene no nya correct. On him. Look, in elsewhere they respect inventions because end this can remember. Eti ye wonkoda bebra omwo ekura ideas to invent, but ye ni all organize and kola no kura kase sika we ni ye twato on mo a obi owo invention idea bia fabra. My girlfriend has visited me. My girlfriend is Ubaha, my girlfriend Vanessa. Fantastic. I mean, can we Vanessa bra. Come. Vanessa bra na live show. Be no nomra. Na mo share my girlfriend. Ona me den brand say, "Ana o share my girl so a mama na ye natural." Mo fa camera ne to no so. I fa camera ne to no so. We live show. Mo be hu. I'm here. Fantastic. Vanessa, say hi to my viewers and listeners. Say hi to them.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, viewers and listeners.
Mamu who said we guy me.
No.
That's my Vanessa. Eh? Or Eddie. Fahombe. Mecca. And see, that's Vanessa. Abusia, medisi na medisi kwajon kruma say mashada number 2 Vanessa say me say we're head of sales to be the kind of sales na me ansa na waya masedu agungo ti ansa na sedu agungo be huska no waya ma me dada enchi alaji, that's my mentor. I mean fancy because Ghana say no Ghana Semino, I mean, 0302208090. Ghana phone come on, Ghana Semo Kankura. Me phone lines. Ghana phone chiro majori 0302208090. First caller. Hello.
Otu Darko.
Yes, sir.
Pato, nini weni?
Hey, mini anati say.
Na me dum bibia boko. Ya feel too much.
Oh, besoma feel brutal.
And now you are ya de pa nyamenhira na kaka mpese mekanise Ghana ya 69 years to be say from Accra to Kumasi yem say empefo say pain wo ana Accra to Tamale yem say empefo say pain wo ana Accra to Takrade pain wo ana nana ya de ye mobbo Nkuma ye motorway yen bi say abanya ba tiasu yen motorway ni si ana obi ko wi abode ba kun ye tumi jeli ni 10 years obi wi asika na say ye man lawyer hwe ade ampefo ye so mu sisa o madwene ebedu ba bi edu abato so omu di ka betin mice edaso a omu beka se Ghana fo mpiem bra betu aba ye nya akokọ ba po betu aba nti omu nye steady ese omu die mu nna 69 years Ghana for dabo nti ye nya bebe papa nda yes ye pray you say your mind case common mind case yentumi nye bi your mind we mu then nyina yes yenti ase shame for all of us obi ntiaso me da say bye bye.
And I agree.
Hello, Nana Otu Darko abom ti say.
You want to mirror also.
Eboko David Agbalanyo manjo.
Hey, bra, you can him.
Yo, you were go 69 years. Basake crying to me ye bi Ghana. Ghana for promote on Basake pa. Nti da ben na ye penny for no be bie moto factory bi o hana Basake. Ana bibi sa ama ye Ghana for ngada ye di ye sashe bo say ye na ye sanyama we. Adai Ghana is too much. 69 years. 69 years is too much. Ganova, you talk about you know ye MP na ira o e bi fe no ye hunu. Ye fi fe no pa Gloria Akufo. E bi fe no ye hunu MC nkwa na ebo adwuma o hanom. Ye hu ye MP. Ndi bebi amu hu ye MP bia no ye sra no ombra adwuma wo dobo hapa e so ye but wo jena jaye. Ndi ombra na ombe boy why. Ana woni nyame ye adwuma.
But ye fa 10 course. Nti ye fa 10 course na. Hello.
Hello.
Where volume na no wedding.
Nana Otu Darko.
Yes sir.
Mi chawo yari.
Ejoso.
Na patrona o kan se mo se afenyo market se de o se ye press omo ye travel o de e o kenu for
ata se ne ye na mema na busuan se ne ye ma hwehwe o man ti no ye convicted nti ya ye ntu ye bo se ne ye no.
Me pacho MBB for na ya na yo mo se Ghana tax na you ano omo tu aman ana se de omo no tu tax e de ma bia o Ghana
before etua more tax e bia sa na ma dwen
that sometimes offer edu ba bia de ba bia titi en free no ya na be se be di obi atebo because afenyo ma gere ya na ada ono o ba okono no mu obi na o ba parliament wa
Oh, me
and I'm also NDC for penny for there to be frank, which are you do too much. I mean, to who they're home. Gonna do parliament. Because I'm a free the back can natural. But zeros. The brother and they are sorry. But I don't have parents. I'm a boom. So them do see how I.
That's it. NDC penny for normal bomb home but I just said
hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
But I cry for me.
Nana Otu Darko ni.
Nana Otu Darko. Yeah, that was a power. I'm count. I'm sure. But try with it. Me some count that. But you tell me, if I'm Isaac, me pete through yarfa. I'm be creator rank. Hono na me wo. Na asema mo kan de no kre Ghana. Ba bia ye duru. Ene ye nema ye die. Enchire kra. Because I was saying penny for no yetna. Na ye jai sa colonial nema nem tutune. Na yen spa yan kasankasa ye juma. Agret. Yen ya abie mo kua juma no endorse. Na yen jai brofo kasa no ye brofo no emfa hwemba. Yen jai brofo na yen kay krum kasa. Yen ma schools na ye ko ni nyina enye technical na practicals. Na wo mu tua kuafo yen tua kuafo nchen MP yen tua kuafo enchen obi awe minister. Kuani ni yama yesika nyina nko so na omuntimi bua o man na nipa nyina enda betin ko kua no na emboa o man no mani tumpon sese bibia yakra o man yeto sese ntoka na sisi ye kroma anka ye oil anka nchen na meboa enchen ye oil ye refunding nyina gold bibia refund no Ghana ha enchen ensu de bia ya de agene tun krofo so nti o ha obo bi man so awa wotu mu na ho kiro into membe na me besi na obi so ato aso me da wase pa
train system kura nya juma train se train system ya juma woni misanka every day ubetima ya juma ubetima atena kuma se aba juma wonkran na brochi baby mo tenye fine train system ye juma every day bit me fi Kumasi abanako hello yes sir
Nana, good afternoon.
Minia, good afternoon.
Papa, what you say?
You who are doing who identity the Kron also.
Miss Munyamia, the Muslim wedding, pa.
Yeah.
Nana, but all me did the Kokujan because Africa as well.
Ah, Mimi Jayana, Kwaku Jaya, or Chairman Deal CTV.
Nana, but
hey, bra, now,
Nana, but Morgana.
Udame now the chairman of who, any, and only Yansapana, then back in anything.
In Yansapona.
Yansapon, so the chairman, also, maybe you should be
for to baby, Pana, that's it, that yeah, never catch Papa.
I saw catch them. Now we ain't
come. I want to catch them, Papa.
Kwaku, I have friend in the Mimian, why?
Nana, but what am I?
Yo,
but I was a meflo. And I'm at this Adam, this one, maybe a small moment, Penny Mahaman is their own. Then the youth get in the tea. Now, but I plan see a Ghana for your two Abama, Penny Mahama, boom pano. Mahama, am accessible. The same thing is a mother moving, yeah, with three. Now, they born more with an ocean, only ye, say, well, bang. Your person, Penny Mahama, onion, you may be see that our Ghana as that is onshore, offer, Namamu to me when you infant or minor back at them flow. When you make a see, this is a you make a see. When you are quite a see. What is the hospital I can see? So, my penny mamma about 1 year to me, and creating a crazy new route from Accra to Kumasi 10 Lina. I think I got a photo of Mama Amano. I come when you jumpa.
Oh, but so what shall say with the Accra Kumasi express road rooms? Who follow us? What shall say?
I'm a penny, Eduma way, any good man, you who said, was in my party, and the party. I got a man penny only in said, "Oh, what shall say?" When I'm in town.
What is it? Oh, my penny should do. Same be account over with you. Okay, but that's it. From channel.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Pajo, me bomb in India by Nana Otu Naman Nama when you need it.
Yeah.
You follow Pa Sadiana Okasano. Pajo, quite in Bian Pessim Buza, Pajo, we are sending Piopa.
Machini.
Okay. I'm in Sirapa, Yamamo, Jamimi, Muslim, Pio. By the Oyano. Alan Siro, Yammo, Unichapa, Bayana, a penny for no. Well, Yakupo, and Yakupo, and Korea, penny for Mudiabro. That before, can this one the disaster where Kalmo, Nagana, and this in your papa idea. How much on you to buy a penny for Mudiabro? Not to Yamudiabro. Yaman Kalmo.
Yeah, if you didn't come up, we've just been joined by a great woman, fantastic woman. So they are there. Say, baby, a Juma see you so you kruma. Buakura. But then, my band, my man, we cross a rush. Hello? Young father, the last caller now, young fancy. Hello?
Hello, Bethany.
Yes, how?
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Hey, from Achimota.
Pia, young queen.
Right. What's some more can say? The backfire says the kind of funny most a day. What can be Kuma Canifa? Bra. The Sapan and Kay lead the Snipper ya, brother. I can make a fork out by a hat my baby poppy. Hello.
But Ghana for you.
Let's see. What's the more can own? What can a chorus say? Casacran and Kagana, ya own. Can make a fork out by Ghana, so move about the poppy. Osha City, NDC by ye, NDC, you can bring this you cry power no crampo in Yafi. But the reason why someone may found two of them crying say, Ghana police, so yes, some to Marco American, I didn't know Mokakoye. Mokakoye, oh, bra, if you go for so what Ghana Hamma, if it's for market and some way, that's the kind of Ghana the co, and so this is a Ghana police are coming. Happening, assassin who did just man come here, from family community. But a dear the parents has opened it in our so. Not that, what can send this is here for waiting? Why no travel? What is a NDC MPP? So we are say Ghana, we open be one mouth or Ghana has a Ghana Yenipi. Bra, that ban is saying I want to meet you. Bra, a ban is saying.
Okay. My fancy, but I'm also happy. Said I'm kind said you're a certain President Mahama, and you see that spirit of Nkrumah in him. To hear the Nkrumah in person committee back in terms of person Ghana Airways. To start with, crowd no any near the jet crash at Ghana for air ambulance. I mean, what else? Honorable Ibrahim Radin Shroud. I know it's just unfortunate that President need term of office in this, but anyways. Constitution in your idea. If you decided, be decided. Yes, I'm so near here, so I bring so me, I make a change. Sakura. So, no, for formula. That's how we're going to do. But that's it. Live on Accra 100.5 FM. Factories and Kumayi. President Mahama Abaye sugar factory. Akufa Dubai. One. Okay, brother. Ama Commander Sugar Factory. Come. Anyways, my young fancy. Na yaba. The evergreen, the affable, the very respectable and intelligent Chief Executive Officer of Free Zones. Mama Mary, we see. Doctor, no doctor, no G-Tech, because of Breho. I'm going to know more bit today, so I'm person would be in India. That will not do to me. Meme G-Tech in India. That would be into me from, but maybe not more.
People be soon.
That be maybe they're a doctor. To be the detail for from your Ghana for friend.
People be soon. So come and come and message in G-Tech for sure.
But no, when say detail for me, say me next born met to doctor. I want to mean your I was young. After the break, we are back still on.
Yes, it's Sasinabo. Yes, Abba.
Yes, Abba.
Afizi. Obiaba tomato assassin. In Sasa. Nobody the form. Anu na Benji Estate and Investment Limited. Okofaba. Waza Bragana Funi Nara. In Sasa. Langat Sahin for Sembirenu. Atoya. Within 2 weeks. Neya Yamu Pepes. Near Zama. Sasa Papa Gugu Baby today. Metropoli. Apo City.
Central University near B5 off the Flower Road.
Shy Hills.
Afienya To Estate.
And Nambiambia Bebre. In Sunan Kania. Are available. Yes, Sasin. Oil litigation free and not secure. At Tonsasina, not 2 weeks. Ya won't crata near Zamo.
Aha, Miatova, Mr. Cocoe, Nella Nibanio Dinafle. You can yagade Kamalongo, Langade Nyade Kamalongoa, Kejabana Dota there, Benji Estate and Investment Limited. A Fimania Anibanyo Kata Fedume.
But Muslim Kanwe, not Josie, not one main office. Our Tama Community 25, opposite DPS International School Junction, off Uploud Road, Fresh.
0555-229-909 and 0248-780887.
Benji Estate and Investment Limited. And Sasi for
Give us P capsules. A memory. Manum bia ye benmemua. Kani metutu ya na minkuma boa sese de. Betro esa kum menia G. Give us P capsules.
Give it to me, baby.
Give us core capsules so e.
E man meme nyina akoko yade. Sisi yade amamanya yam timotete womono. Yedro no manum bi amama de me ho.
Give us core capsules.
I give it to you, baby. You give it to me.
Oh yeah.
Hey. Give us in row. Amen ni jia bebusuamu papa. Give us P capsules.
E meme wadi infiedu watwede kronkwan na efa.
Give us core capsules.
Apemfo abata wo mo manufuo ne nkwada wo ne infiedu mienu nka ho. E wo drugstore bia motufo nko Give us Herbal Center, Teshi Mobile, and Teshi Adriami. Phone numbers 0543-222-470 and 050-68-51135.
FD Ashusha sa ejedi enkrato imu agia to muse eye.
Me ba junior me ngro ho ma bra wo ho pai.
Na woni na agia wo je oba grosa no.
Na adia wo nyame nam dota mu a wo personality natural health care so aye. Eno na di be ni je say yo.
Peske awo ho nsem de otenete se wo kase mu obuo o prostate aye kese ama onya dwonso mu amanuhunu.
Say yes stroke, diabetes, hepatitis B, pressure, sisti yadie, afichikroma manihunu, enemu yade hodo was
Owom fidie pa. Afei oba opesa o hips anasa wo to eya akese ye ho adwuma. Se stretch marks ajo wedie no aboso a ye yi free ho. Berima obema swa a opesa ye pagya mu no. Bra, best care ewo Enkran, La Paz, Nyameche Junction, Grand Prince School no achiwa. Kumasi Bantima, G Runabout, your Medlab achiwo. Baby ani edan yesahwiman rural bank wo mu no a. Savior Sonso Empumam Yene Church of Pentecost Edi Hwanimu Takwa Roman Stores Yene Zenith Bank Edi Hwanimu Sunyane Yawo Rex Yene Total Filling Station no Edi Hwanimu Ena Takra de Anaje Ye Ben Queens of Peace Academy Yene Goy Filling Station Edi Hwanimu Frepes Care Ewo 055-773-8555 Paske Quality Hair.
Hey, say the Mako who Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no. Me who credit me say enunti no manya award wa. Eya world best. Obian transe Emma Dompem ya de ka say anase me boya de enkan to dem bio.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Esa nyarwan te say ne ekuro etu no. Ne enkan ewo nanum. Oba na be mo pa wo. Ene enyarwan kaye.
Nansi ma me ka say ene spinal cord ho ekaye no. Greenfield adoromenti ene wasa so de gina na so ebiem.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Ewo ultramodern laboratory and a diagnostic machines are Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic Ewanungwa Dogon Estate Junction last stop Frewa 0243-983-906 and 0261-651-898
Greenfield
God is our healer.
Greenfield
your last stop.
I believe
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush it feeling bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent Cavity Protection.
For dental stronger teeth.
This advert is FDA approved.
FM 100.5.
Susumbrimi baby, Abwagana, Nagana Bayo, Ayo, if you mean waro. Susumbrimi baby, Abwagana, Nagana Bayo, Ayo, if you mean waro. Mama swear. Mama ye febi akuye ni ondo efasumi many. Now many ye yakasara japadea. Yanana no di abebre seje de to maye. Enchi asemena use yasungane ye. Anya sabe dachi chiriba beba be muyemfo. Minia susu brene baby. Mapwagana Nagana Bayo, Elio, if you mean waro. So breve baby, Papuagana, Nagana Bayo, Elio, if you mean waro.
Okay, so very well live on Accra 100.5 FM. Citizen show Nana Otu Darko here. Commander Boham Kwabena Bubi and Sambaby will be an Nase Bruce so they're going to Femi Ebehe so come. Now let's do the first half of the discussion. Yeah, Harvey, this 101 with a very illustrious daughter of Ghana. Now Oshe Juma President Muhammad Shen is fantastic. Crawford Bonidimpa. But I mean, I am in pet say ni power hat and sana makanasem. No one can say be or wahan in America. But say me choose most performing CEOs and a President Mahama in just 1 year of new administration now. Dr. Mary Ewusi were exceptional. And I'm so privileged. Say ene every menyano as my special guest at Yabetrin Kumu. After which Yania Beja Fonso Betanase, not ya Yamungamu, politics. Mama Yamua Kwaba.
Yeah, well, many of them are true.
A sunny better so no, will the assembly jammy. Now, or some can go from him. Meaning some pennies, but man can't swear. Or some now I say, man, a year party. Or say, Brunyano, and your what? Na, and Yama, we hear no dear.
I said, I'm pie bonus over my
bonfire, mamma.
Aye, many are my young.
Amen.
The grassroots politics in the AATS.
Great.
Say na na ye adwuma. Ye nyina na ebreye. Nti bibia e wo mo ye national cake bia. see a trust slice nkete no bia enya kakra no ta
and here be then say opposition Ghana for hunu to be make us na ho efe
eno de obi antimi nka
Ajima Rollins
eno de obi antimi nka
mami ase hopa ye be din komo na komo na ye di mami ni ka mi say free zones to say
yo me nua be mami da ase meso before meka free zones asem no ese o mami tia adofo kakra ne empanifo kakra
okay no
mseja baby etie nyina na mpanifo bi so
adwuma mra
na party mu so ye wo empanifo ye di kan otu mami ntia His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana John Kwame Dramani Mahama metia no baby owo bi awie na enche yakwa na mene no wo tema free zones enclave.
Okay.
In some few hours, a new hours krana me few ha momo programming team come by nanka ye ko olam akwa pun akwa commission program bi ho project bi ho but na say me jana me ba e na mo ebdtamentia no okwa adwuma
ready no
na machia na wie so na metia ye maame Lodina oba papa obo nikunu etidom unse yese tetenia can say behind every man there's a successful man there's a woman. But as you see, and can say behind every successful man, you can beside. They say gender activists, you know. Behind they say
Beijing conference.
After the Beijing conference, they say kind of say beside. And to beside His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, there is a woman like Her Excellency Mama Lodina Mahama. You can say Oba Papa Lodina Mahama because ye who first lady say who first lady say who first lady say ne second lady say ne keka ho be ye maame or the muslim ye maame ye first lady even in opposition po na o ye adwuma ye monumental projects maternity wards with various regions e de ma into ye maame Lodina de ye ntumi nka Ghana's development na ye nyi ni din film not just as the first lady of this republic but also as mechanism, a philanthropist, a sympathizer, humanitarian. They say all these accolades in your FMI Melodina. Then I know she is so nana. Now who far what the bar so nana a exceptional. Inti your boy Melodina basso or bapa. Now I'm in Fasa Kwenya win so and here the first female vice president of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency Professor. Easy.
We are academic professor.
Academic. What you say? Yen ma yetimi aye PhD nkiti ye de yet professors say. What you say? Because PhD cry enye joke.
But your man ka PhD cry Mr.
Masters
kit we be amey.
Enye easy.
The man ka PhD cry.
Enye easy too. Enye easy. Enti say a cash or baby a professor was send cry PhD better as a 4 can ho dia. Ye ma me ye can ngoma dia say wa bia ni tishi. What you say, mammy or bapa, ye chiano na ye bonabaso ewie. Na masafa sakwenya we so mechia this in penifonian from Chairman General Honorable Fifi Kwete, eba from EDBC NDC amanyoko emenyina any Ghana for ewie or mutie ye wo Accra FM 100.5. My film papa o my film tie for no ahwefo me ba ha che
provu so oba so mani age
me ba ha che kaka uma de da na me ka che otu me say ene Kwame me say Accra FM ye me heartbeat
we know
na unfortunately I had to say mun shada ma me specific days
samum
unsa wo hwe me ne Mugabia every Monday bia
ade no no
every Monday bia no obi Ghana ni bia nim say Mary ewo Mugabi.
Okay.
Enti menso as a CEO me wadwuma. Enti say yes oh mama obetimi aba already me program schedule na mo meetings. Enti nye boapayo. Enti me ne kai na me ka chen say mo benya specific days bia oh days day there oh ye be ma Mary aba that you betumi work around that. Na nye se meja mo ha. Aha me ne mo ana share no
interesting. Kwame can the same thing share me no pay.
I told you.
Na you create din ko one ye kaso say ma me betima for Thursday bia.
Me ne kai. Me ka che mo to Accra from me ba ha is like I feel like I'm home. What I say ha e me fie.
But who say utu we ba hwepete ntakra mo.
Angels no kasa.
Angels no kasa. Once a mamia ya fano you can say running mate obey. Said dachi bia obi for running mate man nyon wa odi for na kasa.
Once I yes of na and say we share come second Japan. Very. Say we be patch o say we kwatana say kaka. Ntimi sraw.
Ai mama, who say me dey no menye odin sofo. Okay. Gift.
So the end we kan kra na mamu kra nye bon.
Abebam.
Okay. Yeah, so. What it ya chia ya maami ewi amatia party mpanifo ewi o maami akonya kaka na membo Baba Jama Abaso,
the latest honorable
the latest MP in town, Honorable Baba Jama. You say His Excellency Baba Jama, because we are ambassador Aba. And once Obenya sa title and say your friend His Excellency Baba Jama me bono Abaso. This contest em say we hear nyoma ekoko so wonima na aye yi kakado na me very 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 optimistic say you be win it. Because Nima is NDC is Nima. But we share senior MPP for share independent candidate be achi ne ade na chese aye te say aye bibia na ni se den ye clear se be ye clear kwa na percentage ne be cof ampa in fact reflect here we say a percentage no when it comes to Nima e conform kakra but emu bia no wa win yakọ majority no kwa na e cause okay we there it doesn't change anything because na ye seat na mebo Baba Jamal Abaso na mebo na Abaso no so na mesa my former MP late MP mekanisa honorable Nasa be bia owo bia nyankopon enka ne ho na onfa no ensie eyie na machia ne yere nso oba pa metia no mama amina be bi owo bia nyame enhye ne den woni ne ma ene abusua na wagya omo wachi no nyame enka ne ho na onchechi wo mu re na de na ni kunu ti ase a na oyema no bia no onu nyankopon bi adompono na ne nsa enka waya ade time a omukọ primaries no Baba Jama adi nkunim no na nkofo bi hihye bi etutu ni o mabi gumu ni ade beto ba bonte be kan se wono de oye aso opasundwe o party ne kan ko ni ade nti na chidifo no ne ade nyina obi anyedi nti wono nso yema Baba Jama etinkwa no na ono nso esese ebo na ba so se oyade so kan so ko independent and KB and kaye hu de ye hu because ono so no ye heavyweight kakra fine what you say nti ono so agia amina okuna 4 ye chia we na ye bo wabaso menua bema na maka ya waso awie no so nyame adoma this coming 8th March would say International Women's Day nti me fasa akwanya we so
and I like how you champion women matters.
Oh yes. Yes. And over free zones are leadership or not? 60-40.
Oh wow. Yes. Man take over.
Oh yes.
Great.
Mama who say
yes. Say, yeah, man,
you have come to stay.
We want you to rule. But one of the most beautiful things is if your wife is driving you, for instance. So when women are in the driving seat, they do so well.
But don't provoke your wife when she is on the seat.
When that happens.
And so when na say videos bia obi ne yire driver ne bufu your car say they were having an argument about the bufu ya no just steer them just steer them I know go you couldn't parachute I'm sorry so you driver that's on the lighter note anyway
I'm not driving I'm driving
driving there you know what should that video no the bufu me cross anyway, happy International Women's Day because by the 8th of March, Ghana for into a more happy International Women's Day in advance. Now, you can't say you celebrate Women's Day. You to me, Ghana for my infim. You're starting free same. A magana for ma e di dwade hwefi na no asema esi wo Burkina Faso Ghana for ma bi timetena tomatoes ayiso meka ne twi amobia to entos tomatoes cars every Burkina timi de ba not so oba mi kro magogo ho na omo e ma doafuo pa especially bodier any tomatoes a wo mo e di hwefie enye no nko a ene for the first time yenya first female vice president and I will call several institutions State-owned enterprises, baby. Ghana former Enna Edidanwa. Yes, steer their
and you are doing so
and
well.
we are doing so well. What you say? And then, for instance, programmer ye call ye President commission the biggest and answer the largest calcined clay plant. Oh, the whole world.
The whole world.
The whole world. The whole world. Your friend is CBI Limited. What you say? You almost started here under the previous NDC administration. And I feel no more. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no one kate sort for them. The almost producing raw materials. They must cement companies in the world and no more answer IEB.
Wow.
Raw cement in
he said it's the biggest in the world.
The biggest calcined clay plant in the world. Let me lay emphasis on this. Wow. In the world. And so imagine say almost per baby aqua establishing this kind of manufacturing plant. Ghana, we are blessed. Hallelujah. What you say? Now, His Excellency Ebo Emma Basu wo share Ghana's industrialization. Oba Nedano, the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industries, multi. Oba Lawyer Mrs. Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare. Yes. We my friend the Queen of Trade. And I know within the birthday first March.
Wow.
Now on the constituency for the Kodi.
Happy belated.
Into Bedru Ejumamu and Ra. And almost also Yacho.
Wow.
And almost almost celebrating her because she's a very nice person. Or you'll be a onye oba ohuni yonkun ba ohun se we threat. Na bia wo mnem na wana se bibi. Ohun emma na se we will be a ultimately open up to her. Or better or try to mentor a man that will carry a man along. She is that woman. Inti ene ye mamie di ni birthday last first of March year. And when you 16 years. Inti ene mensumeti 16 years. Inti ene mensumeti ha Queen of Trade. Mame add me voice. Na me wishing happy belated birthday. Inti ene His Excellency all commissioner deal with. Na omonso CBI no mo the free zones enclave. Say my export processing zone. When say the novel thing about Ghana's free zone scheme, say the whole most of the countries, no more free zones, no, create industrial park now. They don't allow non-free zone enterprises to operate within the enclave.
Okay.
But the novel thing about Ghana's free zone scheme, they say, your enclave, your industrial park, we allow non-free zone enterprises to operate within our enclave.
And there were any advantages?
One advantage is they are still, the rationale behind the whole free zone scheme, just to create employment, and then FDI, and then export, bring in forex and all that. So Nipa no be jiwasasi or no operate or be francophone or be export, maybe I own to me export it to the number the amount. Ye free zones so here 70% before you can enjoy the exemptions. No be operative or enclave. It doesn't take anything away from you, but rather it adds something to the society and the industrial.
I'm happy you answered that. And my question was deliberate. No be until now and baby say add into but say they were explaining in your table and say be who
within our enclave because they are not exporting to almost free zone enterprises. But already they have almost 1,000 employees.
1,000?
Almost. Wow. What you say? And this is the world's largest calcined clay plant situated in our enclave. And to imagine, say, we were so rich, say, my companies, non-free zone enterprises operating within an enclave. Now, could be omunya baby, that amount of land.
Would have lost 1,000 employment.
About that employment. And it is very important, say, open up your system for people, non-free zone enterprises to operate within an enclave. They feel more safer, they feel more secure because they are operating within a confined industrial park where security is guaranteed. What you say? And the president Kasana small kind of say, Ghana's industrialization under my leadership. What you say? Because environment now is so stable in terms of peace and stability. When it comes to economic stability, Ghana, as I say, we are one of the best countries in the world. Internet attracting more investors. And the funny thing and the best part of it, and say, President Krabo Yabaso, or say, a man you know air fronted Ghana's industrialization. That is Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare. being supported by the Free Zone CEO
and Dr.
What I say, I was so proud of myself when the president made that.
And you make us proud.
What I say, oh, me remember, I'm feeling me too much.
Feel too much.
I'm feeling me too much.
You make us proud.
What I say,
when the vision, now done. What I say, yes, Oman Penning has the ultimate responsibility.
Yes.
Minister Ejari, the oversight responsibility. But there's a direct responsibility without which send him away to see.
Yes.
And I'm proud to associate with you, say, Dr. Mary. I will see. And
Mobia, do you know the best part of this whole thing?
No.
Ghana, as a country, only have one national industrial park. That is the Tema Export Processing Zone.
Oh, okay.
And under my leadership.
Under your leadership.
President Ebekati saw very soon, some few days. Na ya commission, sorry. Okate sort now you started develop the second industrial park for
under
Ghana,
your leadership.
Under my leadership. That is the Fienya Industrial Park. Now, sir, industrial park here we are looking at 1,238 acres of land.
Hey, and
Eson. Yeah, the railway line.
So one can be a 4 plots.
Yes. It depends. Who guys to be trying to say but okay, and
I'm also more way.
Yeah, no Fienya. Fienya what you are saying, Fienya Industrial Park here, yeah, the real film. Not just a horn, yeah, can be one-stop shop service.
Okay.
OSS, maternity, I'm out here for one-stop shop service. Now, sir, one-stop shop service, no. Yeah, try say, yeah, the all government agencies in one more matter when it comes to export. Into Osha company, before you establish your business, baby, you need EPS license. Into the EPA for Ebeba Industrial Park. You need JIPC, you need GEPA, you need free zones. Into these are government agencies when you now under one umbrella, so that say we will start operate now we export you don't need to go to customs. Customs will be there. Into once 1 year when you a good container mono, will railway station and one say what you see is so real. So now
stop
straight to Tema Harbor now. Wow. And you know what? The novel thing about this whole industrial park and say Yankasa as free zones for the first time build own warehouses. Are your friend of plug and play warehouses? Ghana yenibi.
So we're new.
I feel na because we took I won't say because of investment promotions. No,
I think one of these days. And some should know you're one on the achievement. So it means you are doing so much, but
yes.
Because one car. Wow.
Yeah, too quiet. Most of the time, no. Once companies now are ready to come to Ghana because they know about our economic stability, they know about our peace stability in Ghana and all that. But the almost can say, "Obi wa kwaji facility be ewo bank." Afe na wo ba beto asase so they know about our litigations when it comes to land issues. Inti afe na beto asase abepe construction firm bia omo besi warehouse amount and sana we be out machines asamba and wa ba start. Inti ye metan say amehwe ade we na me say there be free zones we have the capacity to at least build our own warehouses for plug and play. Into the whole plug and play no concept na nyina say ye see your warehouses necessary ho. Inti we investor now na opese will lease na say ebi I will rent for some time be you just come an agreement with you near the amount until all that you need to do is just bring your machines and start working. Yes. Let's Ghana. Now the best part of it is say attracted a lot of investors because Wajia Bible say an ebi odi year.
Okay.
Into within 1 month, 2 months time, do hear say all shipping the machines are be plug it. Now was starting in Juma. Unlike saying cafe no be pay asase na obehwe na asase we o hene we aba se media na busua we aba se enye o modia entina afi wo be court na be se sika na afi court nsem wo be wie so afi na wo be si warehouse we die say we investor now ba warehouses no be that and now person will register company ORC for your new money better enclave and one say ye pia wa ma omo office we wie ya say GIPs na be kwa register company omo office ho what you say.
This is beautiful.
This is what we are doing as an agency.
This is beautiful.
And very soon, President Beba Bekati so na Ghana Nibia. Minya Bema.
Honorable.
Ma tete ni maybe na minim enem pese mi ti free wa nkasa wa no.
Okay, honorable.
Yampa say who call National Communications Deputy. What NDC?
Me patron rabo.
Ina wo moya mane.
There be say wona ese me be shada office.
Hey, obi ka che me si o me nya sure.
No kra.
Na me ni se ne me nua be matere bibi say anko bobo mo man.
O mama fere kra.
Enti da be na wunya de dika da be na wunya before me kra da be na wunya sa adwen no se obeye sa ade ubetu sa na mo to we.
Me nya sa adwen no ache. Na mpanyufo stop me on the way. Esan say empanyin no bi dwene se sabre no 8 years ago na bia na memfinyi. Then the last one ansana ye bahai, the likes of Madimo me no mudi honkomo any empanyifo bi aka, and in their thinking, you know, sabre no so na enye ripe. Until this time no me ye imagine se meko no empanyifo bi hon mo me no mudi sankomo na se mini nipa ha na edi nkomo a emu beye aduokunkro esemenko ene man hunu say okwanu da ho na ebi mu nim honorable me a former branch youth organizer of NDC Domiko Abinya DC3B, be a former branch chairman, be a former co-opted constituency executive, be a former vice team president Legon. But journalism tisebi yenti me mameka already so enti se sia na ye nim se pese ye kono and the me say de natural o hwe marker the likes of lawyer Sami Jenvimo and Basintale mo make here he will be able to consolidate that very grounds. 2028 years is a done deal. But what about the future? It is Obi Samia and Okrese. Me was some winters home say my crowd. Say me pese de me huba for the ejina. Na adia bakwa nipa dudu no enim say one of the most difficult times to communicate is when a party is in government. Why nya sabi communicate and a deputy communicator back and same be managing same be or the party in a memo position. So I think say nothing I imagine say yes me.
Also with my dear.
Dear
Dick kind. Me dear personally me congratulate you in advance. Me boafu kakra because at least I should have been the first person. I make one am the message we be
sorry, I apologize profusely.
That's right. Ne momo no me dear before beto ye wi a meje mpata wo na meji na wo fidie so abo wabaso.
That's it.
Me bo wabaso because to take such a decision enye easy.
That's right.
What you say? And communication ejuma no editing.
Yes.
Editing pa say there are times time you have to always make time to study.
That's right.
What I say you should say constituency. That's right. Enye easy but nyame ene obuafo. Amen. Mame fa wakwanya we. Na me ntia
no mada yi dokwase ama me.
There be from my point ne bre me. Me tia yan kasa ye sister. Honorable Millicent Yeboah, right? Sunyane is it Sunyane East and Sunyane West.
Okay.
The youngest member of parliament. Ewo Ghana Higher Parliament. Ma me entia no na me mbo na baso. Na me wish no happy Women's Day in advance. Oto would my dear. To be a politician, where you're back, enye easy. Enye easy to be, yes, a female politician. A honor me here, me PhD thesis.
Oh, okay.
Until if I talk about difficulties, challenges facing women in politics, I know what I'm talking about. What I say, name calling. You know, the whole society, you know, it's like a patriarchal one.
Okay.
Into your bar now, would try say. Be baby a member in the man's world that not editing one way or the other no frustrated what I say be quiet so and I see say Minia Ba Millicent Yeboah or you're one of a man we pie Ghanaian politics and you may be muno and kofobi. Like I say, any big crack crabby. No one's fair. No one's fair. I want any. No one no one Miss Alessandra, I'm fair. The other times, because was semi cry. I'm saying, my say, no, I my bread, my baby. I didn't say, only I show fee. My baby, I share millions. I was like, I don't know face. What is no one fair. Now, my can't say, Millicent. Oh boy, Juma, me dear, I'm so proud of you.
Okay.
What I say, I'm so proud of you. Now, Uncle Swa, now one try say all these barriers now you facing or be breaky one political life. Enye easy. Who break it through so one. Now we're starting term as the youngest female politician in Ghana. Onko nenim. Na yen mu bidie. We are so proud of her. We will support her in all ways. That's right. Yamen kana ho na omano ahode. Minyo bema yen samra ye topic no so. Say machia ado for be menchia me ho keni.
Ampacho chale.
Ai Alhaji Amidu Abubakari. Mechia sweetheart. Ai Valentine yedi no na anu ya. More do Alhaji beche. Flower kaka kebi. Me hear flower na me say, "Hey, na flower we dey bana won fa envelope kaka nka ho." Ya munye ni ska. Na Ghana for me my dear.
Momo de no ye Ghana do.
Local one ye pe local one no.
Momo pe flowers. Envelope.
Me de me pe envelope. What I say me pe envelope ne flowers. What I say. It's Alhaji wo tembe ka next year nyame ya doma. Now the flowers in but no my envelope mu odru to say flower na.
That's how you say surprise. Now they want to actually happen.
Me chere me pe. One try because we na minim. Me man ehun so dey be ya. Ai. Enti yaba here original topics for the day no. Yes starting no afenyo market.
Yes, afenyo. Now do you have some of the tape? Oh, let's play that first. So Dr. Maria will see our Hakwancha for penny free zones. And so Kwajo for honorable okay.
Honorable Minister of Interior, I am not too sure you want us to pursue this matter. I repeat, because you and I know what we know. Let the referral be made. Let there be a public hearing. Let Afenyo Markin, who these days is seen as perhaps, according to the allegation, I'm saying something which is untruthful and all that, and because of that, it is a breach of parliamentary privilege. Mr. Speaker, you have the wisdom to exercise a discretion. I will avail myself, should you exercise that discretion, to a public hearing, and then the matter can be brought to a peaceful rest. Honorable Minister of Interior, I am not too sure you want us to pursue this matter. I repeat, because you and I know what we know. Let the referral be made. Let there be a public hearing. Let Afenyo Markin, who these days is seen as perhaps, according to the allegation, I'm saying something which is untruthful and all that, and because of that, it is a breach of parliamentary privilege. Mr. Speaker, you have the wisdom to exercise a discretion. I will avail myself, should you exercise that discretion, to a public hearing, and then the matter can be brought to a peaceful rest. Honorable Minister of Interior, I am not too sure.
Leader, Afenyo Markin. Meaning say opposition to na heading. I've been there, so I know. I understand them. Heading. What's around up? Who may be a woko?
I mean, 2 jobs. What's around up? Who may be a woko?
I'm telling you. So now you're a minister and we'll lose a woko. It is a only private business. Be a ube to me. I saw that cut now. What's around up? Bones who may be a was sorry. This is normal. So personally, I've been there. I understand them. I understand their frustration. Afenyo Markin is lucky to be a member of parliament.
Okay.
What you are saying here, if not for anything at all, I'll be sorry. I call Ejuma. I call parliament. What you are saying. Intimate say opposition tonight. Ya ahometo. What I say? But Ghana as a country, we need the opposition. We need the opposition party. We need the opposition party, no. Send your beya or mube put the government, no. On his toes, say or call Austria.
Okay.
What I say? But we need a constructive opposition, not like this opposition we have now.
Not an irresponsible one.
This one is irresponsible. Yeah. What I say? Omo ene ye ni wo mu su ni wo mu ban ni wo mu trances. Omo trances, sorry. Ewo parliament no. It doesn't make them look like
it's unparliamentary.
It's unparliamentary. That is the rightful word. Right. It's unparliamentary. What I say? Yen share the day President Mahama ekoma the Sona address. Na me da konwa mu hwa say in fact me ko ho manya me ko na say why man me dem ba fi nti mba fi me ti wona me hwe me hwe say kente bi. So I was like school ben na year matriculation.
Was it school ben na year matriculation?
Yes. Na nya sanete. Me patro nya sanete.
Dr. Mary we see.
Me patro nya sanete. Ana me bra me ba.
Patu asefa.
Enti fe me hwe ni ya na unse me share glasses ala me hu ni me bi enti na ya me say me hu nti me hu say afenyo making eti horo kuta koko. Na me fa me glasses na me share na me hwe ni ye. Na me say every before na years are new my way.
Also that means school be a matriculation.
Yes. And most of them were in suits. And usually that is how they do. And they go come kama. And me share my glasses my lens na me who say MPP for. And I me try say me follow proceedings. Just say omo how ne say ya NDC ne kokwakuafo. And ni. Now Momo MPP for money kokwakuafo di ni. Omoni kokwakuafo di ni. Enebo oto wan koko issues for word market no. Wan Ivory Coast currently omoton koko say
1,250.
1,250. They say Ghana your ton koko say
2005.
2005. Is it not double?
Yes.
And how can you sit from the micro minority side? Ebeka say NDC are buying any koko for any. How? This is very simple. This is logic. So Ghana to meet you double, twice for the same bag, for the same product, cocoa beans. Word market ako former. Now what now? Ekofa kentegu ukom, ekofa cocoa, ekuta betna parliament.
So sad.
So it's so sad. What you say? And what you know? And almost started say omo kwa kodi. Debate this Sona address. And one now who says so can be say say kululu be ne corruption be cost about the recruitment in this anyoma.
Without evidence.
Without evidence. Now me tie time honorable Muntaka sorry our kasai. Honorable Muntaka kasai ye pa. O show maturity. Now I'm not surprised say Afenyo Ababaka be panic. Now my advice say Afenyo. So we a leader. Na oko parliament leader, not just a leader keko. We a leader, minority leader. Na oko parliament ko kan someone we need evidence, we need facts. Na de wo kan nyina ye contrary to the reality. Na say afa wo wie na ye de beto wanim na chese de wo kan ye no. Waka nkwasi asema. It's not the best. It's not the best for you to come and say I apologize.
And come a new entrant.
No? Tafu boy, Tafu boy, what they say? They call a call more. Somebody, they are known for that. Or Koka, President Mahama playing as someone not Emirates money. These young boys, they are known for these kind of things. But no war after marking. We a minority leader. We a leader. You set good examples for your people to follow you.
That's right.
And Afenyo Markin, me personally, I'm so disappointed in him. If you have a minority leader like Afenyo Markin, you have a problem as a country. What you say? Because they say I'm a credibility now, sir. The more kasa I yet to say Chinese language will Ghana for assume. But meanwhile, as some man no name kasa ye, dear Ghana 40. na wo mo de momon se momon fidi Ghana for se me we bia we aban na oteso na anye ni ye we aban na o makwa check facts no mahu se de wo kan ye no kre be wo beka na wo boa no mahu e da wo beka de ye no kre no omonfa enti ye best say afenyo makeni ni team I say yes recently after one presidential elections no I say why ye pete kaka. Do you know why? Who say Canada Japan winning one constituency?
Oh, honorable
Afenyo Makin constituency. Na Canada Japan winning one also when Jina baby and declare support a Canada Japan. But he was very silent on the election. When declare ma Baumia, when declare ma Canada Japan.
So no behavior as a leader.
Or behavior as a leader. That is the right way to go. Okay. What I say? But what most were Juma behind closed doors ma Canada Japan.
Oh, Samu.
Oh, Stekanum de no mu diagro.
On your neutral.
Oh, that is the constituency of Canada Japan winning. Or winning massively.
What is influential?
Why influential? Well, make sure so make kasa. Nemo mono a groundswork. What I say? Into what ye groundswork Jumano. Emma Canada Japan winning massively. Into a winning we no. And now a Hona Ghana for you and MPP for who said, I feel you're marking Dian why no so I know what Casa or groundswork. What I say? And what year Jumana Canada Japan. So Canada Japan winning we no or more minority caucus platform, WhatsApp platform. So who said, sir, now we are Canada Japan if I never win any create a DMB for president 2028 or create a platform no more ye afenyo free so. It is over here one more question about Homiano. Afenyo marking but late. No nim what it baby? Press conference. What it baby cry at the press conference will be from say, hey, Afenyo, where are you? One mantama minority caucus na bedroom here. And we also announce for dispatch as a minority that. And now we would dream me run and pop what was hey to a drew one no. Nah, who na ma kwaje no mso o.
Who's no run and pabo home.
Speech. Is that will be a conspiracy? That's on the lighter note anyway. And we dream me car.
Fantastic communicate.
And our call. And to okodru one no say we share we our video so. And we nya say bia obi na kasa. Okodru one no obuso mu. Another no say na ya kasa wini mu. And wo rem odru ho Anthony Kabo hu na no yi na ni. And nkofo hu we hu about me MPC called supporting obi hu na no we yi na ni. Minority leader pa o. But eja omo we there for the optics omo man akonya no tena say hona Samira about me atena nche no wo pochi na ni was size no say wo hu juma me di bedu. Ti sha wo hwa afenyo and we are now one. Enti the afenyo ye wo parliament ni nyina no. He's trying to prove himself. Now I side justified inclusion because they say when Mr. Samira be yinedi. Oh, be you know. Samira Beji afenyo market.
Is it Samira na appointing where you on?
Hey! She's running the affairs of the MPP.
Oh, it's so powerful.
Oh, very powerful.
Samira is running the affairs of MPP.
Oh, yes.
Not Baumia.
Oh, Baumia de. Baumia cancer Baumia kwanko all my contest you.
Oh, okay.
And a no person would the first lady at all costs. Because Baumia would him say one. Wafeli.
Okay.
What's he say? Ben ya no abono hey, so let me uncle. Your baby ni. No the name.
Wow.
Baumia nim said ne kasaye. Anyhow he underperformed. Anyhow, say indicators now Samira de ranking Mahama 2016 said he was incompetent.
Okay.
You emphasize indicators now ranking Nikuna. Say the rating Nikuna.
Very super.
Super. And about me any more these things. And say yeah, man. What you say? Even to come and speak to Ghanaians for vote. What is he going to say? Okay. What you say? Na me kasa Samira rani afesa. I know the question now, baby. One who what the emphasis say? Yanko from cry.
Ethiopia.
One who candidate be a MPP. Mo kwana Japan e kan se mo bi. O say o mo ti MPP party ye who say candidate be e wa ha na yere nso atini team no so nam ha. The first time o mo hu e ye de Samira ba o mi aye. Yen san hwe out of frustration to be the first lady. Also question baby o say ni kunu asom party say 24 years. Nikunu so at the same time Kokasa also has some part in say 17 years. What you say? And to be beardy and answer say she is pushing her husband to run this presidential elections so that she can just get the opportunity to be the first lady. But with that said, Mekan said no, Sanyo Manona push Fenyo Makin to behave the way he's behaving. Because he's trying to prove to them, say, oh, okay, in as much as may support Canada, Japan, I will work with you, or I'll work for you. But by so doing, also, only now on your responsible minority leader, at least in the interest of Ghana, so that Omubetimi put to this government, or more like they will put us on our toes, no more check here. No more cancer, na Ghana fweti. But so far, the ye hunde and same crime and senya me munya and France. What I say?
Okay, so that's a live on Accra 100.5 FM. After 11 minutes, we'll be out of here. Now, mame, I say I go back
to the office.
To the office. Or see need your woman Accra FM listeners in tea. Honumwa eso training ni befemo. So want to maintain honumwa and kase. And we see you in tea. That is what I keep saying.
I make quite a woman, dear Miss Semo. Maybe, yeah. More addressing me as NDC communicator.
Yeah, address will sign ye.
I know the Miss
Bible saying you need this seven.
Me and a Miss Rem.
Young to me, Bible, so, Madame. And to Dr. Mary.
Dr. Mary. NDC communicator.
True. Fantastic
NDC communication member. Why I said no more you see yourself nephew. So that bet me your grounds work what I say because that time
no person say we see you ni free so near ma me be ye wa no it see you ni dey better no so who say see you ni so be manage kasa
see you ni
na of course if it's about the state of nations meaning say how the will be breaker. Obetika crafty hammer na with the way in Swabuma Middle East tensions. You perceive the impacts on the oil sector. I heard them too much of it, but Anka, you focus on the state of the nation, maybe.
Okay.
Pockets of them.
Medawase.
You're doing this within 8 minutes.
Okay. Medawase. Okay. State of the Nation's address. You did kind of Mebo His Excellency Abaso. What you say?
Okay.
But yeah, because a state of nations address
okay.
A mandate at present AFBS so about parliament no betre and your man why the obeto ye ne de why I could do need the obey and this way now usually ya no kasafa economy home no kasafa social issues and then be a security issues and then infrastructure and job just say you know no and your man wa beto ne de why and the obey. Now, His Excellency from Oba Parliament, the confidence of the buyer. And send your name who can need one more dress and the fugu a fighter and go for a kaya or my patoi. Any send your mammy king telling a home fire the buyer and the kika, not a fake. I dear him send not any MPP for matriculation on Bayo. Penny idea not any. Apart from that, I think this is one of the best state of the nation's address I have witnessed in Ghana. Now, President Kasafa economy, because there's no way over to me sooner. I won't Kasafa economy. Now, Minya Bema, any TF4, any Ashefa, President Asmo Kafa, Ghana's economy home. Meme dear, a yemede. Na ya dear, says a baby, a better be a boss. Obefa inflation from 23.5%. A year from January 7th, 2025. His Excellency, taking over the affairs of this country. Now inflation, the MPP Fujaho, now year 23.5%. Oshe 2022 inflation. Ghana inflation, Ghana for so that was the time. Wo kotwa dia na this original honey busa price wa Accra and sane price dia. O to em se metina ha kan asem we say na me koto mu.
Okay.
Me gina store ha me tom was ma me mfe me boss maka wa ha na me san ka ma oti fuate that time no or friend the boss was had 200 Ghana cedis. That was the time ani eto anwa ye die you na ye to Kufo gallon no ni eto ne be 11 million and about 480.
That's right.
What you say enti 2022 MPP4 abanya na ba umia head of the economic management team na saa time na Nigeria friend economic riskate no san friend economic messiah or the year free Ghana or the year could do 54.1%. And when Ghana for who ahoche wo wiase
that is in the history
almost free so almost AGI 23.5 as at the time our president Emma State of the Nation's address na Ghana's inflation I hit the record I near do 3.8%. Na asema yeke enye say eye figures kaka said once again the irresponsible behavior of the minority ebegina ho kan say inflation ye bedie
doc say quite about 3.3
e say crime no cause say February end about 3.3
yes
what you say so obi catch us say inflation ye bedie nipa ko na oye responsible enye obi akeke minority leader well educated a lawyer for that matter inflation ye di inflation ye we inflation ye no because sika na ekoso a woto nsuo sika na ekoso a wobeto aduane affect ni nyina enti economy no not just that inflation akofom e reflect in the pockets of all Ghanaians and cement abase yen compare cement price and na yen time na MPP baso enye no nko awo
cement and I obenya be 80 MPP ta onya 130
and 140 what I say and the inflation na afenyo kase yendi no and reflecting in the pockets of Ghana
it has
or no MPP ni afenyo marking kwa pocket or top petrol kwa basense yes what I say and the inflation his excellence wayade one year finance minister anyankopon adom ya rank no the best in Africa
great
and no emra from yenhwe employment because employment in so year one area is very 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 important
now oboso tell so you're able to cover all
wo share Ghana's population and youth no around 40% and most of them are highly educated well educated but we are no mutiti and then his excellency by over 1 million Ghanaians enye juma media me chema free zones every Wednesday bia me call factory visit just this Wednesday me construct companies service providers you can BPO omo ye business processing outsourcing omo te Ghana ha no mo nkofo kasa wo US
fantastic
omo te Ghana ha no mo nkofo kasa wo Europe one company on the Spintex Road Techi Plaza e recruit to nkofo a wo mo titi phone so na nkofo kasa ma insurance companies ni ade omo employment rate nkwa ye 950
beautiful
what you say I'm not one company mabodin no omo wo Techi Plaza Spintex Road or they call papaya one company Oba Gallery, a building opposite Accra, almost that BPO company I'm a almost 600.
Wow.
What I say? Nina because of the business environment His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was created. And I know last 2 weeks me call Tema Bright International Omo Enclave is a private industrial park. Because some companies Omo Pamonta there, they are into textiles and apparel. Omo pam ntade wo Ghana had the comma America for
from Ghana
yes o call ho me call ho no omo so omo recruiting for 4,000 they are planning to do more by the end of this year na there then say e ma enyemu nyina ye adwuma ho because what yakonya so fan ball soro ti say eche omo pam che say America for sports wears ni nyina omo pam ho t-shirt ni ade ade a wo ya ne se wo no eche na etwitwa no wo hyehyɛ a wo te nti wonyem kra wo te ho
nya okay nyina ye wo nko a ho
me nko a me ho kra ne no wo te ase enti his excellency ba ye no employment creation nko under his leadership just 1 year no is over 1 million en fa ho to ma Ghana anso ho a me nua be ma ade ba ko a ye me de na me ka ho ase yenhwe Ghana's debt
okay
His Excellency ebaye na Ghana ukwa Eurobond market na obie mpese Ghana oni ebedi because na ye rate Ghana as a junk state ene Fitch Moody's NSP and S&P for oma rate Ghana ba B+ ene ye tuatua ye ho aka ne bebre enti se na Ghana kasa se ye kobosia bo a anka obia mandwa so bosia bodwa no bia person as we said excess cost on here percent
was it yesterday and referencing rate in cra from I think from 14.7% to 11 and that affects the lending rates Yes. Yesterday,
what I say? So these are some of the discussions I say among Ghana for the MPP 40. When you have my yen sanche we say, me kwa da dey me depa back. Procurement processes are His Excellency can once. Under MPP4. No more dear say PPA process near the almost faso. PP almost faso. And one say want to me say me per contract we. Na ya man. Na ye tuaneka. I feel your marking cocoa board was me pay we near the man. Where is me okwaha yes me pay we near the man. MC who be
Bank of Ghana what was at that time a print with that parliamentary approval.
With that parliamentary approval. I mean and Nyoma bebre procurement breaches bebre CC under the leadership of Nana Otu. Any Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia I was Abama se Ghana fund. His Excellency say or bet tighten say procurement processes no send ye be ya emie kwan menkrofo emphasize no enwia Ghana sika.
No for 2 minutes.
What I say? Maybe 2 minutes wie no. Yan share physical deficit His Excellency can once. Ye project say by the end of last year fiscal deficit be 3.8. But because of fiscal discipline ye to me a boy a homodin equal 3.1.
Which is huge.
Which is very huge. Under MPP a BNC because they were not disciplined. And no enanchen kono minu abema yenhwe enyo bi ti say energy dum so andaba omia eba you
oh say no nti na obeka ya ye ko bi sa time Minister of Energy Matupoku Prempe journalist because here timetable or kasi here for timetable mra no nti na dum so de ho
dum so na wo ho what you say na dum so na ewo ho. But His Excellency by no, these are some of the things that what to me are bomoding are resolving. Share medima samo esa baby, I mean set time no iswa. Yanka sanfa education. 2024 na campaign NDC one of your key campaign message are ye denante. And he say FSHS no ye ba ye be ye ni yi. MPP4 miracle abwajemo kom so bo betwem. Mibusa Ghana for the MPP4. His Excellency John Mahama Samba ya a friend and never be me. What your FSHS mana? Is it not better than FSHS and than an MPP? And then Colano Beko school beba ubebano once or more from the senior man of the Abanabuso. A buso. What you say? I'm telling you, and Kolana no more call. Once I'm a catcher, and I'm a ma equal beans now more buffy and I'm. There were days I thought about saying, I remember Claddy met nephew, no one fan and Quampre, Kutawan, Cosway, because I'm in time a banny boo. And Tiene, young compare free SHS under Nana Otu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Honorable, and we still time.
Now, young compare free SHS under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
It's like day and night.
What you say? Yen share Ghana's GDP at the moment. Yen compared to MPP. Just last new 2 years ago. And all in all, no. Media me boy His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Abaso. One name a poundful. Ya bedroom me de me hu shemu bi because me so me ka ho employment creation ni nyina me ka ho.
Congratulations.
Ya bedroom na Ghana for are happy. MPP for the jandam no they are known for it. Na they make can say MPP for ya no omo ye jandama omo nhwe omo comments Ghana for an MPP for ye jandama et said the omo ka Chinese and Portuguese egu Chinese one month na nipa kro no wokoto fu na first to ofele ne car 1,500 and no ofele no be 800 e dey jandam na obeka cha no see enya na ka ye say hwe oboto na ye dey na to aba minim say what time no atia na me say kwan ma menchia free zones for na 6 March da ye nimu no so me mo Ghana abaso a Independence Day for all Ghanaians not for only me can say enkofobi ye nyina ye day na His Excellency Ochina as ye nyina ye nimu no obegina Flagstaff House na even Independence Day celebration how modest are you celebrating sika ye first name MPP for say Independence Day celebration
20 million cities your demand what is about 1.5
what is about 1.5
saved us so much
more than 50 million
and His Excellency
more than 15 million
he saved us 80 million
no 20 million
no, 20 million on the command no it you use 1.5
and it's like 18.5
yes
18.5 million.
Yes, 50 million a year. Yeah, Nana used for the previous.
Yes, so the previous one was 50
million. Yeah, 50 million.
Fair celebration, witness here.
That's what I'm saying.
And to save Ghana 18.5 million. And on Quancrabra wouldn't be a bit. And see the year can say Ghana from Koswanya, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in administration.
Well,
Abaso. Na dear kakra, na me can say a year you kakra, na me say, and His Excellency, a bed double no, and I will be speedy a mind, obey double in steps. Now, or speedy a man may say, I want to see some corrupt people in jail. Oral people, no, they should be up and doing. A dear Ghana for share free NDC for her.
I love this energy.
And one say,
I love this energy.
You bet jelly MPP corrupt people. A cromfono. One must a bit make a chair and say, Doc, man, yes, she am my yakra, Munchu Muntum, and no quack cry ye pay. Into your best. What you say? A problem. Me personally, I'm I believe in the judicial independence. According to Article 125, 127. What you say? And no, constitutionally, no, they have that independence to do their own thing. But you best say His Excellency, any the oral team. They should be up and doing.
No, people like us are calling for a fast track.
What you say? They should be up and doing. Because I said, we are Sikano, and Omutifie na enjoy. Even from opposition. What you say? And you best say His Excellency, the sooner the delivery. Let's talk about the delivery. You just say you can tell. Said this is a president.
President Muhammad.
What you say?
Communicators.
Well delivered speech. We are no crowd. Someone here exceptional. Next time fairness. We are na. In Kolana graduating. Hoko sa church.
Nkola be graduate for parliament. Nkola be no.
Yes, my no.
One of them mafla.
On sa ko kwache omo no sanje. Matriculation for the sanje koko di be kwefu omo se no san hwe. What I said, that is the beauty of Ghana's democracy. And the president.
Thank you so much.
So nice, so listening, and then
thank you so much.
Very productive. They're all here, not here.
Over but that's not divine. Minimum so be 2 minutes be can for free zones then sharing commerce. Yeah, not main car at 2 for to say defining chroma. Yeah, until 4 penny per my PPP. Of course. Many Peter die, and so yes, creative person join here. Yeah, was.
No, Mammy Chetty for Namichia Dorko so fire power, share the energy. No, last time, say Namini Moga Kasa, and you know, Chem say there was one shoe beer that day. No, let me say, Minini Bishia. I'm sharing fire, no XYZ, and who's a Jano, or fire. Memona Bason so. And it's good to say some of these exposes, revelations I will make you about on one casa, the outfits and exploits, or even some of these other companies under fall under whether say one casa more jurisdiction and I say be outside the crowd. Who say progress or more making? Okay, it's the last time the try the catcher said. Minya Peter Mensa. Me could try see what the maship yard.
Yes.
Me do or no show meeting, but fortunately for me, no, or me one gentleman or them me call around. Me call share and near me also. And I was so shocked. It's me be me friend of phone business. Peter. It's never when you know mobile as a government, you know, happen. And I'm why so modest about
the whole time.
And the moon can want them. And I was shocked. Say this government agencies, no, Omuma Ghana for Niyama cost because Niyama you know, those days, you know, in 2016, 2015, thereabouts, you know, some of the things are not Mahama, you know. Once I'm realizing no man yet so normal and can want some. Share Nanado, a kucha, sabi you, Ejanai. And look like a commission at the
yes, the cars there, Chi.
Yes, the cars at the Chile. Everyone Dex, Uncle Dex, yeah, the year campaign. What could share books and another years and and so for me, I'm happy. So I'm move about and they should like Macasa more. Otherwise, Ghana for the yeah to me, sorry, I can about one near Babette in some of the information I own. You are. Yeah, no, yet say yeah, and I think some cost were omunya adwuma no se ne ete no na Ghana fo so enya mo so fa so me de SSC ya na be kwa me ko ekono kaya e be ka se o e bia enya me nipa enya me party ade na ekoye benefit yen nyina ende so tie papa we a ejako or contest for national chairman o tie brofo bi o kai o say say baby dollar no rate no kra ba be du sisi ano kra no ne bo enjo so na kabadesa na say a war by the real or no according to him no can say or no 15 cities na can say yes because no one person want to say the abina your krana what to me ama the city value of the city na appreciate against other foreign currencies no krana affect exporters na import driven economy
the na make no ebi ni o hu irresponsible opposition party.
Imagine
what
you just said it
so man be ye ni there
against because NDC net
but omo ma bi mu
for
ma me ka say nature there be na party bisa Ghana bi apart from NDC
PPP or
omo no there be un ma ba ko e man pesa parties na sem no omo no ko omo ka na asama ma be kon pe me ka sem bi one of the few CEOs abaiba power me call in office
okay
and na onu mention that because me offense south
okay
but ma tini din that mobile kumawu any those things the way ma me receive me no me pie me come one of the stage because stay host ne semasa ma me we ni hu ntene anya nwa se
so ba ya wura ma na be chia
anya nwa se na ka che me se Ghana bit mania another running mate and I said vice president come to the mama when you come show when you uduma enuma na wo ye no
abofo na kasa no hwan mu bia
when you MPP asofo ni bia
when I'm saying that revelation me who is na me your spokesperson
but mama the man say gusuye aduma all other CEOs esuawa party ne mere ministers ne ya adwuma ba CEOs
for na hwefo makamo
osu ya joso bye bye ya ma me doctor Mary we see for no see on that
yeah ma me ne ya adwuma okọ na office also the me friend say when the staff nyina te say nuafo the way akwa obi te say prince mo ene be kasa boss okọ he but okọ office ni bi enye the message say serious no enso be mfi maame ho abadma wo boy serious no me yem so obo adwuma because you no obi nimu mama obi ni mfi offense mama ho obi ni mfi kumawu mama ha ho obi ni mfi agogo mama ho
you no be sin so
no be so
MC DC
maame yo me say adam shi ano kasa maame na me kasa maame ada me because no kasa mo as we nimu as but
I know sounds a politician, so she understands the game.
Oh, you're down to it.
Look, there are certain times she will be knowing him. Even the political pretense will help the era around. But we want more better musas with him. No, anyways, let's keep it there. Peter Dai, Ekasama NDC. Of course, Divine Nkrumah a regular here, and a fantastic guy. They be because people like Divine Nkrumah, I'm imagining there. Or can be as well as a byway. Baby do much pa. No more imagine the boy Divine Nkrumah, Solomon Wusu, all those guys, Charlie. Me root for you guys because imagine near man say yeah Solomon Wusu fantastic guy, Divine Nkrumah fantastic guy.
And I really say these people know people like Mama Mary, a typer. On play politics, but up you bit my ear.
I know. Okay, mention and commoners, but this is your first time though. Welcome, Peter. Mention commoners in free divine. You heard the Foreign Affairs Ministry, Iran, if like what do say Israel, and the intrusion of America, and the rising tension in the Middle East. But the council said the Ghana embassy won patam hono and I can say me rescue Rabba me and thanks to a good government in power. This and they are in safe hands. Very well. So foreign affairs in some Ibidi Sankomono. and I build up to 6 March. Ochena, nearly 69 years. I feel say much is left to be desired. I feel personally so. Successive governments have failed us. Very few have done well, and I think that we must up our game as upcoming youth of Ghana. And Honorable Appenyo Mark, I retracted the claims on security services recruitment, and to apologize to the Interior Minister as well. Minia, baby, I person Ufebia.
You mean I say, I remember about so. Now, oh boy, Juma. Now, oh contest, and I say. Matem was but me pretend the same thing. For now, they won't do that. But for now, no. Mami share than you many. Me share than you many same hui. I was growing the form. And the casa baby. I'm sure say the right time, no. Since and then kunya na usi. And I will to adwin. Until the it is more. Me sure say baby I be fan so. What boy Juma so because one say Mikai those days na meno Asia light TV light and those days no fire now general no imagine sending na temperature no extra na it means
so on by me feel bebo me car glass near there
so for me position so
I for them me do am because omo me free TV I do for offer a boss someone pay more TV no so be me conquer your office duties that sana say do agongo social me it is time no cast some mama ko TV so be the same week and I'm a bar hano you know
ntino ba o de emre so onim mama sha senfi Iran Israel US war ya abatodwe yeti ambesha senfi won say ensem bi bobo ba a na mframa mu a important say ye be magana for adwin akọ ensem na ekoso ne so and say won say time ya war you start ya na the MPP communication outfit no started say omo draw inferences any equivalences be around the COVID-19 and then the Russia-Ukraine war to suggest say send your year down no sa
a live show
ena ebeye enne sa na ebeye enne because on say almost say omo bomb pa say Mahama ebe can say and say Russian Ukraine war no any COVID-19 no crowd is it to me affecting economically so kaya but that comment no omumu bien to me and make specific comment and I say evidence being provided in say Bahama can asem what are all of us Ghanaians we want to tell them they say Ghanaians are not fools and we are not like irrational human beings unim to make it look like say oh COVID-19 by and affect you but now person be admit it no Ghanaian and I want no more on case exogenous factors affect it because we are not an island. A country like Ghana, want to make us say, oh yeah, islander, oh they will you be a help. It is a big shocks to be see your baby. Indirectly, no, a bear affect you. It you know, you say COVID affect you. You say Russia Ukraine was so kakra by, but the young person you bear accept it. And they say how our time of crisis no buy and how they manage that. And the Ghanaians one person better here. So don't come and tell us about when saying Iran any when Mahama went to say Iran any Israel war no US war no yen Brazil themselves no yen ka say ebia yenim said that de no e so je na hie yen ne say even at the time when you see your crisis man that na Akufo Addo ma see yen belt no they were engaged in profligate ventures needless and for so bia kan okay COVID-19 aba yes Russia Ukraine war aba eno na influencing decision to go and build events the national cathedral and bibisa bibisa say time wa ye bisa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say omo major project in the north omo ya obetumi e de ne sa bo ne chest aka so omo ye den ya ka say Pwalugu irrigation a project about spending in excess of $11 million. And so that's in course, you know. And yet, Russia Ukraine war, and COVID-19, yeah, Omokase affecting ye. Yantia Nomuna, Sagnarugu, parliamentary candidates, Felicia Tete, Ebeka say, Chase Canama, parliamentary candidates, I no can share no, or the my constituency now, Wanji. San, ye person, ye magana, for say. It's not as if they say issues for no more. But want to me can't try and say yen tighten and belt yen cast or money more then at the end of the day no mudia munya margin say mubet shape mu lifestyle anything amuya muniama. At the time when mumu say Russia Ukraine war COVID-19, look at the bloated size of government. The size of government. Unim says Nana Otu Darko and qua ministers are or appointed here. Saudi France, UK, China, and Japan, total number of ministers, but more and to Ghana. Total number of ministers, and to Ghana. And now, now, see money at the time, now you were engaging in reckless and policies. Or mine say sika, away sika. And no more be a country and say Ghana for a irrational and say, fools. I am to be in Casse, be affected, but how I'll be managing so. It is in the same way, NDC. So in this crisis, says you Russia events Iran, US, Israel war we cause we. Yenin say and the shocks kakra ebeba. But we expect them some more behave to send another more time on crisis in the buy no didi hono. Yen pese better say crisis abanomu didi crisis no. Look at Sika Muji or airport on COVID-19. Ye on the catch say Omude Ghana for free water, free electricity. It exists only on Google and in the minds of MPP people. In reality, Ghana for did not benefit from free things now. Omokano. Nana Otu Darko.
Dabi obra.
Omuno muni bebe omude koye. But no crash no.
No konkra omoche krom to fabi no aso.
Imagine say no cry no almost look at the levy levy you taxes no to you taxes so we are not saying exogenous factors in the any existence and I say any bearing be our economy so the can say appointees no mo abai ni mu ni abai na kasa omudimi na ne omudewe omu suban te no so man conduct omu business here and no dey be more red card say dey be MPP for
that's right.
So nobody should come and tell us Russia Ukraine want to say be omu jimi here around that time na say abai we fix ni ama na say hwinsi ya o si there be say economy no shock so ba ye fa this mo be complaining. And I get the impression from the way omu said they are just wishing and hoping say and man say
war no cost about 10 years
like see who they go and check post recently on their Facebook and social media platforms and you observe say every time we be say negative news we be by see way no they are so quick say mo like compare Ghana for embre how media someone say full on a to filling station say a swat abana so munim say obu pe old prices no betua obu ko ga so mi MPP ni mo fa mami time now 1 liter 122 22 cedis no what on the sa
the young people near these pumps
there be say no mun dream o man Ghana ho so o man na ekoyie na still no timu sa adwemboni e wo ko ni motrim say o hwe say aban no bibi obe bia mistake mbra no so mo gidi say de ekoso no say na dollar no ebo eso ate a nsi akokla ogu support na port no eniama boyefo because madafo e crackers too from Korea 2024 ending early 2025 na by resume here na ba okokle bako ba arrive here okle bako 67,000 bako no bedu later around April 2025
abano
atlas kakra no okokle ka no 43,000 one train kra it is some corporate na some corner duty no see the dollar rate we here calculation mom na so tia am gas there bi ye mpe mahama de no ye pekufu ado de ne fa ye calculation fa mom no mo fa import ni ama.
This is wisdom speaking sense
so mo kwa hwe last time tie event say ekwa ni bia no kan say mo say first omo kwa ndro kra mo dis pro mo yi so ne bo no so ate ebro at a point nunum say na ebro kotoko
over 1,000
yes and then it is oko na say osi o da bi me pay 1,000 me pay 500 dey you see amoma me 1,000 me pay ku for dey na fa mamu because sa nyama mu yes dey ya pull him down abani failure at all cost so as say Ghana no ebi wo ba bi no momo dey wo ba bi etire bi am me trasika say so hwe in this day and age social media so obvious I nyina benefit from Nana Naku for team say president Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah team so obrey pa o and UP for no obrey o hey hwe and na information wo ho no mu a bibia ho no kra they can look in your face their catch our assembly out to me why omoji see agini ana na that time on social media ni ho TV ni ho access to information crap wey difficult no na say Kwame Nkrumah man hell. And yet,
no be OG independence. Late, we send who letter come British or him say, Mom, my like, you know what I mean? Mom, find independence in my oh, yeah, cause some good damn still almost sent your letter so says Catman.
How? So, imagine say, a bang we buy it. Now me could see a jacko a almost.
There's me kind of other name.
Wacheja na Wacheja ko say there be dollar na so atesa no there it doesn't make sense to him. I say a remaining at $161 say 15 cities and no the real value of the city so because affect exporters.
What do we export from this?
What do we export out there? We say no say be benefit na your economy no you what drives the economy ana you it's in some of these things in the me person me ma MPP for no said the argument no person mon draw equivalences no with this Russian Ukraine war no person mon fan to your friend say Israel Iran America war no yeah buy Ghanaians are not fools and they are not irrational. The reason why that time no hardship ne buy you condemn you we want to remind them say it's because of the way at time I say money my dia na omu ye sabi o omu ye with omu lifestyle and omu suban omu nyo madwin say yes o omani mu ayedin yes there be ye nyina ye kate en coat yes cut size of government abani say maintain size of government so baby amedia to le hwa da mede beto ye kate ne so o aban omani mu ayedin o si there be Messi cathedral no akobubu dan no asai sika yes yo omani mu ayedin o obekọ no na aban ni sika no ye de akọ sika esese ye de to aduane ma mabunu ni nkola SS4D ni akọ e de akọ to even say expired rice yakore bag and the amount colano at the same value
and me show
at the same value and no be see na ebumfu even to the extent say more covid year mo the year campaign yes no Ghana for ntia say no the amount of money na you invest here yes say you know mumbra mebu mu akonta sa akonta ne kekekra na yes o mu mebu no kra no so kra mo so mo mpene. So imagine say your crisis mu na mo de mu live different lifestyle bi na mo bana at our expense mo see o would use mo attribute to challenges to exogenous meanwhile when it come to domestic there mo lifestyle no nchire nkrofo a ho kire aba mo so a and we will pardon you even if Mahama behaves like Nanado musuban ni bia we will remind him say no some misconduct na Nanado ye no ye pene mo no so nya bi intino MPP for communication no mo ya about this Russia you know omo man so ho no mo a na ye mo pa say war no after all ye po e bia ye affected by human lives so at stake.
That's right.
Ye mo pa say soon chantem na ye bibia be normalize otherwise ye te ha no mo a
okay
who benefits say BBC or baby mo bia fa nye dede nye campaign say it's in rent no yes Mahama kama abaso early. You they are celebrating say oh yen hwe so na ebeko when the stage fails who has failed yen yebre into omo behave like nkofo a omo ya Ghana for omo dwen Ghana ho if they can't contribute they shouldn't destroy.
Thank you. If you can't contribute, don't destroy. Divine Nkrumah okochiro baby na wa acknowledge na a plagiarism. Divine Nkrumah akasama PPP, he's alive, so PPP is alive. I say that because everywhere he goes, he sells PPP. And I'm sure Dr. Parker Sindum will be proud of him. Now, the Mapi didn't come up. Make say star 850 star 5 hash. Mr. Win your day mescano. Star 850 star 5 hash. Review scratch for win. What do you dial it? or dialia a game where with me the all networks are 5 cities to me a bit me a tree be any better. And I can tell you, say, Scaba be good for so. A lucky option I'll be and I'm ready. It would dial star 850 star 5 hash na no follow prompt on. Or pie trying to see and for the idea the see a dino. You'll be shocked. Star 850 star 5 hash. A review scratch for we. The cow said snake said say no my bam. It's no court GCB bank a year Akosomo branch, so Gakope branch, Winneba branch. And I feel so bank to my main Ring Road Central, Cra, Tamale branch, and a Fidelity Bank, Katia, market in Kumasia. BBA ope so same Sebia Pesubisa. A fascinate whom be an wait me, Yamisro, or Dachi in Siachi Bandia, whom here. Ensure yourself, BBA fine, renewal of pensioner certificate, registration of members' employers, update of personal records, processing of SNP benefits, education on social security and retirement planning, need general inquiries, BR, waiting all these places. Maybe hard builders, Kusu, Ayrton Sassano. Now we know near me pay mo say one more news can outright. Well who pursue to an outright so much that but just sound so now home so and now power similar who was same one so ubetua half near ma 6 months no we piano kakra that what let you be ko be to say ningo chopoli shy hills ni na be nyansa ase ni bi litigation free langa same bi ani ho na flexible payment and a service plot into no ye yi akwan no we light ni bibia o say come pa ne ko pay over chidi kwan as I say 35,000 yate so about 30 near 25,000 yate so about 20 near 30 so about 25 musi enye mu dem biem kra musramo je number yi na kokope wasase to osisi 0241 66 5200 0241 66 5200 tontina 74 message so minim say egusu bojuma a treated typhoid fever kidney infections hepatitis B, abnormal pain, chest pain, STDs, high blood pressure, a treated blood sugar issues, bad breath, ulcer, diabetes, prostate enlargement, liver infection, HIV patient, what group are you? Asthma, ovarian cyst, fatigue, lungs infection, early cancer, and a face sickle cell anemia patient, munya dribi about bomb papa, what watch we're doing heart related diseases, and 174 mixture. Of course, T74 mixture, yeah, a quenya do wabi brino. Now, who anyone is a number no kutuni do supum 0246073498 0246073498. Very well. Na min caught me near Peter Dai na Peter we are student of security and with people like Major General Kutia, the experience that he has when it comes to security matters, even when he's lecturing here there. And his tutelage in net who will be the said Dr. Gojo, National Security. We say Dr. Yarumo and Yamamu Dr. Ganamo Balakutumu. It's obvious that they are impacting something, especially Major General Kutia. Now, Yencha Major General Kutia. Utie Panti Ma Yachapa Major General Emmanuel Kutia, the wife. How would you assess from a security point of view all these things with this Israel, Iran, America's intrusion and the impacts it may have on Ghana?
Medical and I was say na makase adwuma Samijem Fumabono. This time NDC here a young guy or the communication say because Samijem Fumasida na wi it here will be a bit me a bit gina a dinosaur na waboso na afidi partner gina ye 2028 done but after 2028 you hear communication 2028 done for NDC
but after 2028
no very important
that's deep
Trinidad tour 2028 why am Baumia or better na sentem man more enumere 10 we na say masa wafa but enu here because the edin yafa but after 2028 no partner here communication and the ese when you say Samijem fi mu nyini ene we CEO for Gold Board by the next 4 years ni be besa akọ so all okra na onyini en kan to bi kwachi we na communication ene wona bo to bi kwachi we mutimi nye ebia communicate on be ye but say menya time ne mre aye say adwuma no omunya it be some of my year do no any percentage my year do no you hear people like you
that's it
in the lives of the current Asante Regional Communication Officer. These people are doing communication. And me share experience our before me be as a colleague in school. Now I've been watching you. And me Nema the way now kasa as a host. Though you may have a political affiliation, but okay Ghana first. And already the John Dramani Mahama ye this time round party ne enhwe say NDC here Ghana. It is here people like you to be a deputy communication officer national to help whoever become the main to move the party forward.
Inshallah.
And I know you are coming.
Inshallah.
No, I know you are coming.
Inshallah.
I know you are winning.
Inshallah.
Na the woman ye yes ye ke humbum young boys your party nim Asante region, Northern region, all the 16 regions. Yenhwe adwuma otu aye ama NDC. Yenhwe adwuma wa ya ma Ghana. Ni yeso nto abama no. Ansa meko wasam ne so no. Ghana for na nyame ase say John Dramani Mahama na president ne. I'm telling you, na kana no wa ben ma na ka bom bia ba Ghana.
Say.
Unim kasa. No. In national there and the corner no. Iran ain't me attack US. As at now, Iran ni anywhere for to Iran. Ejako US ne. But the Iran bet my say country be our down for the US no. What me attack you? E kanwa e ka US.
Tina almost start say bomb the
Kuwait and those countries now. Omo US friend. Those other states now omo na US friends no. US will take your because and over Ghana ha you can get maybe more than 1,000 US citizens living in Ghana. The countries now omo Dubai mo omo attack omo Dubai a lot of the US citizens Dubai be if US tourists are mako omo kwaji money and those things omo attack omo in the way they are attacking US.
So they are attacking their military base.
The military base in those
because
countries.
Their origins in the war.
Good.
Yeah.
And if you say interest. Okay. Interest ni say and then say me worry kroboni ba. Na me ba bi no bi di krobofo atama. Me nya kroboni kra aka me.
Opeso bo makutia because him say me wife e kroboni.
Oh.
Na kan you sun krani
na you. Say me worry nzimani ba. Na obi di nzimafo atama.
Pia.
Omo me di ba me nzimani ntino wadi matem. Iran is trying to say US oh meme. But because who interest in Tino, when me allies and other countries, I mean, me neighbors in Ayo on number 4. And now, what is it military bay, a war? And now, now, a Hona Udina, US and 2 bomb for US never by Irano. I'm base no, what those nations no, and on Monday to call. But Yenya say you're a diplomatic president
and a diplomatic foreign minister.
Good, eh? Uko to block on Nyamisha.
Fantastic man. A black one.
Fantastic
man.
Na kianya careful. Any man could do man kumba pana. Iku is a young boy na. Kumahano. Kumahano a Ghana. Na the me say your former vice president. Iku din senseme. E wo hono. Wa boa ma yagi na fi ho. Ye hia no.
On the wife.
And the wife.
And yes, you could have Ghana.
No, you hear no.
And they say train car.
Oh, Ghana population no.
Yeah.
The chance election president did you minim so bedi bidia. By betche.
Betche.
On say I say the wife no or how to me call ekusua kwan fa so nanti as first lady.
Or 1900 rehearsals. Catch walking.
Well, head that call me ya channel e kwan fa so nanti as president here. Why you training na che?
Akase bebem. 2082.
It enche ye be movie.
2082. Obeba.
The American say the US, Israel, Iran here no. E ya dia me hu say UN affiliate.
Sana one of the international
because
when it comes to international matters Wakada Mupa, Farouk Al-Wahab, very experienced man in international matters. Also, there is nothing like United Nations.
What do you matter about? Mistake a League of Nations. What do you say after the First World War? No. If we ask who say Santo Kwano enya effect we ask so.
Okay.
It's a kai hu boom say you became say by to Quincy beam.
I'm sorry, before you continue, Bisa Menka say, remember we also have a US military base in Accra.
Yes, we
in Ghana.
In Ghana. We have. But Emma, because we have a diplomatic president.
Anyways.
After the First World War, no, you know, League of Nations. League of Nations, so ebeye kuwa na dwen se ohese entokwanti sense bim. When me and control Germany, Britain, France, any those powerful nations, no, there was another war. That was the Second World War.
In 1945.
Yeah. After that, and from the 1945 till now, you can't even the UN, that is the United Nations. I know, and then more to maintaining the world peace for now. But problem I say the US is the #1 financier to most of the organizations, the sub-organization in the UN. So with that, apart from some more veto power, no, and what you know, or musica 70% or mass can add.
Charlie Utu's can for Eddie.
Yeah. And say Oba area usika. I will go plane ticket. Oba area usika go plane ticket. What you know so scan wedi?
When they.
Ukuna. Enyeyi.
Obuna ward in the hospital.
Obuna ward in the hospital. Ba abutu na kasa tunu for abompa ya man. Israel. Omasam kano. O kan ya mo a onye Christian biem. But the bianka say Israel na e wo hone no. Enye ni Israel na Bible mu no.
What say?
Israel na wo hone no.
Enye na Bible.
Enye na Bible mu no.
Adai.
So mo ko sa bai. Dia sa no bebe a titam ta Israel chi no. Enye omuni basis so.
Religious.
Oye Christian ti yi enkrimofo ne a Christopher Okuntwe what Christian.
But the issue also is that if you do studies, research they say Christians and Kasa with Israel 5%.
Now unim say
they practice Judaism. Most of them are Jews. They don't know Christ. You understand? If say tell my because of religion.
Religion
but this fight is not near religious one.
No, the me can say no. I'm not saying religion, but what I'm trying to say Oba yen ye gan here. So uno be kasa no na wezi pa. Yeah, they say
people defend Israel in this war because in their mind
it's a Christian, it's a holy war.
No, it's because of ignorance. If you know the history of the current Israel,
good.
You will know that
yes, it's Jamaican say Iran. The question I mean is Iran when there was a weapon of mass destruction. When will be ana.
America probably.
Na ada na wo bi na me wo bi na dey say me dey me nya bia meti bi ato na dey say good mento.
Yeah, because later na say America.
So it means for Venezuela anado. Eko yi ni president
Maduro
e wie kan so ye cocaine dealer dia e dey say ubufu anado wono we kura ko e wo dem a ubufu kan so omonto bom no obi but obi nya bi dia enye fe
na me say later na US struck command Iran president part of the content they say Saturday no a weapon of mass destruction into ASO jai and on so call reply say one full woman and no better how they should run their country. Now the coordinate from which they say omu no na do 60% no omu ni bia na
it yeah I can say US should look at the bigger picture. When we said currently was it yesterday there was a meeting in the White House and out of the meeting Donald Trump is now sending a budget for approval because when you say Iran for war now he want to declare war and who back way Iran for no drones no moto no almost me 1 day 1,000 drones but US for drone no moto no hia weeks days to manufacture one.
Why
now when back so if for no Iran for the inferior drones.
Okay,
inferior drones and yeah expensive. I say what they 10 million. Echo come there 5 cities.
Okay.
It's the US for drones on the stop for the Iran drones are dropping. It's too expensive as compared to Omodiano.
Okay.
The American say effect no.
Economic effect.
Economic effect no. Now Dubai ain't just serious economic effect. This morning I was listening to a report from Dubai. Moka said now most of the shops Dubai yet to the tourists back from. And Dubai is running based on tourism. And at the end of the day, most of the shop in Dubai is owned by US citizens. Most of the shops that we say what Dubai no, and then and go for investment home. And the effect of the war, not only to Africa, to the world in general, no, is serious. This one I was reading from one news outlet. Say European nations now calling for say now they don't want to take gas now from Russia. They want to go back
to Russia
because they were not taking gas from Middle East. And almost so they went to Kwane no. Now US you say or president Supreme King na ruler na
it's also because there were times na Supreme leader na we no and for a demonstration na or show dissatisfaction maybe we will near there. So Donald Trump didn't say no kra what ma be kum president no on be bomb so man okay Venezuela case no it died because the people themselves no more than president no
good.
And I think that with the same kind of mentality no and Donald Trump Eddie Wura we backfire.
My Musa question be is democracy the best system of government? No. I don't believe in democracy. Because before democracy, we have our own system of government. Africa. Monarchs. Where we have Otumfo today. Otumfo Modu. Okwa Britain. Some more king. I don't know all kinds of Britain so any kinship system in fear. No more full democracy.
Because if you follow the tenet of democracy, the theory of the democratic peace says democracies will find it difficult to go to war.
Good.
And see, we use democracy na a bow maintaining peace. Any idea?
But you don't force it on me. Africa, many okasa come dey when you say ye be back ye be nya ye practice adie be yan tiase. Say enne say gamanche ena ehwe enkan so say otumfo ena ehwe asante so say togo afede ne ahifa kese wa ngamem ena ehwe sa man so I'm telling you enkrofo like too much on be adwuma abu amukro no ebekosoro asin the modern democracy because bu akwa party and these new people ni baby a it about to kwana to hear the thing the mechanism the US the UN and the even Matthias one Spain so yantokwa because he want to use Spain for space but Spain say he is not interested
non person use like Spain for mom baby no mom be your base ni Spain for
it when you know you maybe a message say UN ain't come home
okay
na say AU any ECOWAS say the ECOWAS enyanua but yen start mo ho nyen se empadin fo so enhu kasa
okay
asaminya me chiao enkoma na che na fase bia me.
His name is Peter Dye, Student of Security. That is his perspective he shares on this matter. Now, Yankai Ghana, especially the foreign ministry. He will make us proud. Because we had the policy, your foreign policy, we are non-aligned. Not to the left, not to the right. We look forward. You're interested. We don't want to support anybody. And I know, say,
no align.
Yes, don't align one. My main call Minia Divine her back na and look, let's even take away that penny marking thing. Except if you guys want to discuss, but maybe see 69 years.
I Miss Minia. Okay,
so we'll come there.
Why too noisy?
So when we get there, we'll do that discussion. Won't be my full time or make a so can wash that the family casa. My main call Divine. I had more hear me more than even the opinion common. But now will be 69 years. 69 years all after independence. Medibuku na to winning. Assess Ghana. And we are left with 20. Baby. Wow. We are left with 10 minutes and you know, with the respectfully. For 6, na me mami ni 4.
Oh, me crap me dey aka me ban me bonnet wa.
Okay.
Now wa fa. Na so the points in the doors. Unim 69 years Ghana ye di no. Experience na nyina ye beto ne de atene de ehu no. The good, the bad and the ugly. Ni nyina bi wo mu. Ni nyina so ka ho ene ye de tichire oman. Ye de ye oman no etumi ye. Baby ya ba bedu we no kra wo ni say. Me de as for the sovereignty na ye nyina no ye pay as a country no de ye witness say ye sovereignty no de ho. But the economic sovereignty no to be in charge of yankasa your economy no na akakakra because sisi you know wo hwe ye nana no mo ye papa no mo a omochichire o man no disi wo e wo ye independence da no a na trimupo eni ginapa na ye kese a no pese mo nyo o man ni se be ye economy a ye industrialize. So Ushe Foundation na Kwame Nkrumah share that set na from the onset na to make Ghana an industrial harbor. Say ye produce ye niyama. Nti Ushe right after independence no na okoha ye set up shoe factory. Ye be radio assembly plant. Car assembly like these companies and then the footprints all over the place. But yantia sempa and nkrofo fufuro be so mu a omudi really yenyina ye forward march in progress I making as a nation. Me the lessons na omu na ese yenyina no ye obibi omu a ebetumi asua yensua because ye po Ghana no and this 69 or be 70 ye po ebe sanso di 100 ebe di 20 years. By ebedi infine ebedi na nipa na ebedi. Eni nipa nso ba bedi efie no ehihye ebe ye de ato no mo de ama nchirima a ebe badaache. Hwe okọ developed countries a adia ehihye a omo nana no mo ye no eni policies om di gu akwa no mu ye te se ebe ma abrabo ni mu asetena no aye better than omo a do mo experience no nchirima no de ebe experience no be better than di omo nyaaye. So at every point bia no say first omu use bomu abanchi a sisi a no the cell phones ba omu the cordless ba omu the wireless ba inventions ebe nyina ya de out to say ye pese ye man crofasity na mu enye ye de hwe enam no ka say obetumi ahia obi a 70 years 60 years or 80 years no catch us say ye pen so de na Ghana ye do na imagine so obi a no internet ni ho sa time kra TV no ahini pa hin na ehwe no to be catch us at time no Ghana ye de a chain na ye TV share internet e would be access to electricity. It should tell you say na ye say yankasa no as a country no ye failure ho na ke ba ne say na omo time no omo ko university no omo ko the free ene ye tua ye see aboy home model first omo ko hostel obeko no nipa 2 at that room and obeko nipa 12 8 at that room ya bo feli sa generation no mobile no mo feli yen ya betu it yenso emre na do say yenso as yenso aye ba no so no ye bedwen ne ya correct all the wrongs ne ahwe say nchirima beba ya chi ne mo so me bret say senia ye ya bre we ni bi because ye feli en wa me always say ade ba ko biggest canker ama o man Ghana development no and konanim send ye pen no is because of corruption. And corruption no ni gina ti ankasa procurement. Ghana bibia ye procurement no e ho na krono any obi a person wi ade a into be hu se be opanyi bi ti aban mu na se opese o make initiative bi na so nya bibia pretending so ya mamanfo is because of benefit of any film. Na can imagine say madam bi try dey upper east wo baby and o catch me say o to no mo a ye dey enkola school for Dexy ye dia ba be gu word no see there be enya de omo hwe no omo dan no apampam roof no eso apa eno no ma tro ho letters instead so ma fix no because obi benefit from the next distribution no yakwa ma contract so be produce furniture eni fa me gu ho keke wa brand several purpose bia me de 69 years we as a country and reflect nipa wo mu no you reflect on our past. Yes, and so project you make projections for our future going forward. No, none near me bia a woman bia any bia no. You fix it. Yeah, about politicians. So what? Yeah, about leadership. So what? No. To me move on. So you reflecting the type of leaders I walk. You so mind the chunk of one so I no. It's yes. So I say maybe one more. As I see a fix it because corner bia any pan oh. Nipa bi aso brighten the corner and na wo amalgamate or under one umbrella obeka say no we die ye nyina na yaye ye parts and ya ba bedu some pempen so we ntimi de me stress Ghana ye nyina ye oton aduane a ton aduane e hote say we ye meta we ye senya e ho so we ye journalist like make sure say we kan okre just obi a we police ni ya obi na famu di o ye no onye ni yie corner bi o ye bi adwumadi edi action say bia no. Thank you. His
name is Divine Nkrumah. Ghana the Nakomaso. And better see I see you. Watch out. Fantastic guy. Minia, for 2 minutes.
Yeah. The Americans say Ghana have gone through 3 main independence. Because Nkrumah by Oko Museum Asemi was say Ghana was born inside of me.
I say I am a Ghanaian, not because I was born in Ghana, but because Ghana was born inside of me.
Good. You Nkrumah, but Osa baby through JJ. The same ideology, socialist concept. Wasa baby John Mahama.
I doubt say Nkrumah but through JJ. Na Nkrumah tana JJ ngono.
The Bible say. It's a spirit. It's a spirit.
Okay.
And Nkrumah no a Beijing independent. Okay. Because after Nkrumah about to go by and so the JJ said stopping BM in 92. Because your man is stable. After Nkrumah man is stable. And you coup after coup after coup. 92 and you start stop coup.
The crack say.
Oh no buy no. MPP sabai be say ade no kofo ana di obe say no kra
chairman
chairman Nana Ahimfo sorry
chairman Nana Ahimfo sorry
obe che ohene no ye friend Nana do ba won tie kunya so but obe che ohene a this ohene ne sorry yes I want chia no
friend chairman
ono so be say no kra enne John Dramani Mahama aba
okay
enyema o ye nyina che se Ghana eyeye Ghana ayeye Ghana ekonanim de mekane se na mebra kan ye no ye na nka mom de esa me ye wo duties and your responsibilities ye pebia fi aban ho na de ne yeso ye ama aban tma den aboayen muji se nyina timi ka bom ni wo de esa ye na de esa aban so ye maya Ghana be konanim ame nyina ka se Ghana ayeye pa.
All right, thank you. Yes, but just 10 seconds.
My chair of Fezo South chairman, Chamo Posini, na Machia Isham, Asante Regional organizer.
Okay.
Ya tell the Kumobi Boba, ye bomb pie say Emraso, Edamu Namase.
All right, thank you so much. Very well, where time will permit us to draw curtains. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Dr. Mary. I will say, when I join you on Facebook, thank you. When I afraid with their phones, thank you. My baby, and for your name, thank you. Well, to Kwankwani and Sino Kra, I self Kakransukum, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege driving you from 2 to 6 p.m. Time to make way for the news. But you better not dance Kakra. But tell me that I say, Okwe, we are me that say, Bamquachi, me that say. Good production, solid one. Ojon Krumenti, you fly on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Nana Otu Darko. voice for the voiceless, gatekeeper of this nation. Ghana man kasama phone in the Ocheman this year. Mr. Norman PSA. Inshallah, Radeye Adomwa, Deputy National Communications Officer, hopeful. Nah, we will not let you down. Enjoy the rest of the program. Ochna holiday. I am out of here. Ghana,